behind bond1e having an opportunity. In all reality, these players should be very comfortable playing online qualifiers. I mean, I know they've been losing to teams like X0 Tenacity, like Quentry, like Whitebird, like Astral lately, but all of these teams are teams, right? This is the conversation we should be having here. We've got a proper team, regardless of being a 1-month-old team, with a bunch of guys that have played online Counter-Strike their entire life, playing against a couple familiar names and a couple people that have barely any experience in tier 2 and tier 3 online Counter-Strike. So all in all, a difficult one for bond1e. This one should be, but considering this is the first Overpass the Basement Boys have played in the last 3 months, well, maybe there could be something to be said. However, starting on the CT side doesn't get more comfortable than that.
And with 4 players over here on this B-bomb side from the CTs, they're ready and waiting. Krivda, quick pick off. There's one, there's a few more. Turns out everyone's dead. 3 kills for Krivda to start things off. He's feeling good about himself.
Yeah, that was a great flash coming out of the third player in towards heaven, right? You just waited for the sound cue, requested the flash, dually swing. The moment that you get the first kill is very easy because everybody else is kind of trapped inside of the pipe, right? So you can just go for the swing, mold him down. A triple kill for Krivda, 1 for Owner, 1 for Magnet, or Magant. How are we supposed to? I was so convinced it would be Magnet.
You're gonna keep on changing that in your head every single time, just fixing it on your own.
Magent, the double G. Can we just call him double G?
Sure, but my problem is that's a much cooler name that he's given himself.
Yeah,
I don't want to improve his branding until he's done something to deserve it.
Makes me think
if he picks
about
up a triple
double
kill.
D from Ed and Eddie.
Could be.
Yeah, just the double G.
Trouble comes through, and he is in some trouble, actually, with Magella picking up 1 and a second on top of it. They can recover maybe that weapon that was left behind. Bomb's also in a position where maybe you can find some isolated duels. Now, this is where Overpass for the CT side can get a little bit scary. You want to push out, look for some information when you know the T still have the bomb. Otherwise, you could be isolated into consecutive 1v1s. And for the T side, getting even 1 more kill over here is going to be a big win.
It should still be tough. No armors to work with, no utility. Magilla's low on HP. Push in towards T-spawn as well as in play coming out of Krivda. Now, you've left them a gap in towards connector down B, so Mr. Double G probably rotates down. That's a bit of a whiff out of fakerealityy, considering there was no armor on the other side. Probably should have been able to get at least 1 kill. And Krivda should have been hurt
as well.
Still a little bit tough to win that fight, right? You know the MP9 lands 1 bullet, you're dead.
Down over here is really the biggest enemy. Double G comes in from the side, picks them both up, and gets it done. Still, very expensive round over here for the CT side. They're going to want to make that next one a little bit more comfortable. Otherwise, you could be facing down a full reset.
Yeah, at least they were able to recover that second M4, right? So you just lose the Pharmacist in the MP9s, which is, I guess, somewhat of a silver lining, a consolidation prize, if you will, and you do get the 2-0 start. But it will be interesting to see what bond1e can do. Especially on a map like Overpass. This is not usually a map that is that easy to control on the T side when you don't have some pre-made stuff, when you don't have a lot of experience playing as a 5. Maybe they do, man. We don't really know. Maybe they had a short boot camp before this. Maybe they pracked.
Maybe Smoothie just had all of his strats from Big Clan saved up and he just links them with them like, hey guys.
Hopefully not.
Trust me. Trust me, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna work.
Yeah, trust me.
This is going to work.
From 2019 is fantastic.
Hey, man. Revisit the classics. Felt like they would have been able to find that kill over there on the Streaken, but despite the boost and the good damage, he stays alive. Now, he's not going to be able to do too much in this round. That's a separate conversation. bond1e have put themselves in a position where they will have no flashes to enter into this B-bomb site. The good thing for them is that there's only really 1 player committed to it. So if you've got the right utility going to the right places, well, maybe there's action to be had going your way. Now, Double G, Mr. Magan, will reveal position, and as he does so, Streaken sends him into oblivion, realizes where Krivda is likely to be, and he's happy to be traded away if that's going to be the case. Double Molotov will secure the bomb plant, and as it goes down, Red will have to fight his way out or behind this smoke. The AWP up in heaven will not be able to activate too easily. Trouble's still got a few more seconds before that smoke dissipates. Early util from the CTs is going to be used to flush out close, but the T's are playing from far. Lucky they are to be doing just that. Rel peeks back out. That's a mistake. Trouble starts bringing the round back, but Smooya is waiting for him to push forward. He's really hoping to catch him out on the jump down. It all comes down to Magella in the meanwhile, as he will be allowed to activate. Fake reality, full swings in, bomb defuse, can't come true. Smooya takes one, and Owner doesn't have time to take this one away. Great round from the T side, as they will recover, despite no flashes, that B-bomb side.
I actually love the boost in the post plan. This is such a ratty play, right? If you're the Oper, you kill the monster player, you spot a second guy, and your guys are already on the bomb side. As far as the T's are concerned, your teammates could already be jumping around the bomb and thinking about defusing, right? And Trouble just tries to run out of heaven, and Smooya kills him from the boost on short. It's a very cool little detail. A little bit dysfunctional of a setup towards the B-bomb side, I must say. Yeah, that one should get looked into. There was no way for the Graffiti player to actually protect his teammate in towards water. Horseby coming up. Double long push.
Oh no, that's not great. And well, speaking of not great, PrelideN is more than happy to give up his life for that one. Another 1-for-1 means that with Magella coming in from behind, he was supposed to get that one any day of the week.
A wise decision to give away the fight, though. Doesn't want to go down, realize the CT side economy is low, and you definitely know Owner is all alone, but you know people could be coming over to pick up your rifle if you do go down. They don't want to give them an opportunity to think about winning the round either. They still will have one more Galil to recover, so it's not too bad of an ordeal for the CT side, but still bond1e with a second T side round already. Looking pretty damn good. Keeping the calls nice and simple as well. You gather up, go for an A contact, walking, knowing that there's no money for an op on the other side, so it makes it a lot more potent to go for a call like this with the AKs and the Galils.
Terrorists win.
What is your favorite Smooya moment?
Dude, I'm just a bit of a romantic when it comes to this. I really miss that Cologne final where he made it there, because it did just feel like one of those things where, like, when you're watching a player and you keep thinking, oh my god, he's going to do it, he's going to sort of like overcome his past behavioral issues or just general finding a team issues with this, that, the other. It's just that hope of redemption that everyone wants, and it felt like he was finally getting that. For me, it's always going to be that.
Mine is just all the Rat King chance. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, I'm a softie, man.
I thought it was funny.
It was a good time, actually.
Yeah.
It's still hilarious, the things that Richard and Thorin were able to come up with on By the Numbers back in the day. And just the staying power that they had.
Hey man, you should never doubt their imagination. So
that's true.
Absolutely never, ever, ever. M for Galil for Owner and the Double G. Replaying the round. A full 5-man A stack. This is going to get very interesting. We're going to see a 5v5 on A. Yeah, this bomb side is empty. There's no one here. Not a soul. They've boosted towards the back of the truck.
This could be seriously problematic.
Interesting.
Double G manages to find that first kill and back off in time. Mazilla comes in from the side. There's a bait and switch, but what is Trouble looking at? He's beaking out into the middle. Krivda gets a chance to come in from the side. They haven't commed it. Picks up the Galil. Back into 1 versus 2 with both players being low. This has to be a perfect double swing, and with the smoke out in his face, it's going to be done! Krivda brings it together. He is feeling good about himself tonight.
Yeah, he's feeling very, very good about this one. And what a call that was. The 5-man stacking towards the A-bomb side, the boost in towards the truck. The rifles don't even do that much. They got 1 kill combined. It was the 5.7s, the pistols that did the majority of the damage. The moment that Magilla finds these refracts, you were thinking, okay, this round is over. And then Krivda, 100 HP. They didn't even land a bullet on him.
And like, it's understandable that bond1e might have their guns break down, but what a terrible place for that to happen. They felt like the round was theirs for sure.
Ooh.
And now with Fake Reality starting off with an easy kill under Streakin.
Yeah, HE over, spam through the wall. That's a CSGO classic. Still remember the days when Zipix did an ace, I think, or 4 kills like this. It was against North, I believe.
Ah, man, I forgot about North.
Yeah, nade in, spammed them down. I even think I remember the event. It might have been... Ooh, it was either a major or it was DreamHack Stockholm.
Couldn't have been DreamHack Stockholm. StarLadder's got 16-0 in DreamHack Stockholm by North.
No, but it was 3 maps.
Fully blind.
Overpass was
and
close.
Double G is just looking so damn good right now, man.
Wait, Australia's got 16-0 by North. You threw me in a bit of a... I don't think they did.
That's the event where MSL got the MVP, right?
No,
They
yeah,
16-0.
DreamHack Masters Stockholm 2018. The third map was Overpass, and it was a close game that North won with a B rush. There wasn't a 16-0, I'm pretty sure.
I think they played them once in the group stage as well. I
Well,
will check this right now.
I am willing to bet a lot that North has never 16-0'd Astralis, because I was a North fan, I would have remembered. See, if it's a 16-1 or a 16-2, maybe there's a possibility. 16-0, I don't think it's ever happened.
AI says you're right.
Counter-terrorists win.
Talking about some Counter-Strike lore, as we're admiring Mr. Owen Butterfield saving his AK case hardened. Another B attempt, didn't quite work out, unfortunately for the T's, and now money's a little bit out of their control. Smooya's got an AK, everybody else is going to be rocking that full-on eco, so maybe it's time to roll back there, Smooya. Come on. It's a Smooya 1v5 with 4 pistols to support him. It's a donk type of round.
Apparently, Astralis has never been 16-0 ever, according to AI, which I don't know if I believe, but hey, man, if that's true, then I just lied to you on multiple levels. Listen, I'll take my MVP for Mr. MSL instead, I guess. Still one of the wildest events ever. Smee over here is going to be given plenty of cannon fodder at the very least. You have to give them that. They know how to set a man up. Smee is playing oversight. Boost it up. No one wants to take a peek. They know what's coming over. The Glock rush is going to be called in. Flashbang is not the best of a hair, and with the help of Smooya's spam, PrelideN is able to pick one up. How do you keep on peeking back into this? Well, Trouble shows you. You let them do the peeking. Still, a Glock to the head doesn't feel particularly good. That bomb's not making its way over, and with a quick triple between Krivda and Trouble, it's still going to be 5-2.
You know what? This is a very nice try. If it wasn't for the Opera of Trouble, they would have been an excuse the pun, because it's a very low-hanging fruit. In big trouble. Both rifles going down like this. The flash doesn't really do that much. Trouble is able to navigate his way around, but they lose 2 players. There was a couple missed shots, a couple wayward ones. Props to Krivda as well. Should have been a much cleaner round as we move into round number 8. Now, unfortunate situation for Smooya, who, because of saving the AK, is now going to be downgraded to a D when all of his teammates do have the rifles.
Fake Reality hasn't been forced to reveal himself just quite yet, but Rel is still expecting the peak to come through when there's that much aggression out from balloons. Rel gets a refrag and avoids the grenade.
That's a good response. Felt like it would have been a double kill straight away. Issue is they haven't spotted the OP yet. Then you look at the util. Rel is the only one who's got a flash and a smoke, and that's about it. So if you're thinking about a potential execute, it's not happening. They are going towards the Oper without any util as well. So this is a great opportunity for Trouble. Issue is he's double scoped in towards long. There's no way he does that.
This is terrifying. He just gets taken down despite getting even the shot off streak, and fortunate to live over there.
I mean, you see the Oper push. This could mean 2 things, right? First, it could mean I'm all alone and I need to make a move. Secondly, it could mean we've stacked A and that's why I'm making a move. But even if you stack, it's probably not going to be the Oper, it's going to be the rifles to make it, right? So pretty simple for Bondi. Just walk into the bomb site, get the bomb planted, realize they're saving on the other side of the map and they probably won't even bother coming around. Should be a third round. Even though the CTs do have money. Owner's low on HP though, so I guess that discourages them a little bit.
So if Magan stops carrying, can we give him a name that's less cool than Double G?
Ooh, let me think about it.
Can I just if
Can we
at any
just
point
call
Magan
him MGT?
chokes,
MGT.
if he chokes, can I just call him ENT? Because of the
He's
doctor.
inting. Yeah.
No, because of the doctor.
Okay.
Like, you know, the ear, nose, throat specialist that are supposed to like help you when you're choking.
Sure. I was
Might be
thinking
too much of
something
a
like
deep cut.
MGT. Let me see if that has any meaning actually. If his name has any meaning.
Sure, yeah, that might help. That's a good place to start. Yeah, let's not butcher someone's name.
Yeah, I'll give it a.
Sure.
I'll give it a quick.
While he does,
Search.
though, one thing to keep an eye out for is going to be Smoothie's AWP. Trouble's shown us some good stuff with his own op, and even if that was largely in the anti-eco, look, around's around, and that was not a guaranteed one going in their favor. So it can Smoothie show us, you know, one of those around situations. He'll start things off playing it slow, watching out for any potential monster side plays. None of those will be coming in.
So
With a quick smoke out, it's not doing much.
I've returned with some lore. Apparently,
All right.
Magent means mighty in Dutch, but he's Ukrainian, so that makes zero sense.
Is he Dutch Ukrainian?
I don't know. Maybe, but
Okay.
it means mighty.
I could see that. Smooya, there you go. You can see Trouble getting taken down with a quick AWP peek as well. Smooya will unlock the entirety of Banana over here, and with that, Owner feels a lot of necessity to start pushing forward and maybe retaking it. If he doesn't do so, then you have to take long. Sitting back in this A bomb site could and probably should be a death sentence.
This is good though, because Magent started rotating back on. They've got the aggressive player in towards short. As long as they can stay alive in towards A and just win a little bit of time, which they have a bit of util to do, this smoke could be very powerful. Magent is arriving with it. They've re-smoked long now. They'll have to go through.
Owner's taking time and he's giving up sound. Flashbang doesn't work out in his favor. He'll get traded, but Magin in from behind. Magilla in from the side, and now Smooya has to do it all. Pushes through the smoke. Fake Reality's position known. Deagle is out, but a player out deep could be his real problem. Gets number one. Dodges bullets from number two, but there's only so many bullets that you can avoid before Krivda will take him down.
See, that is very well played. Some of these fights, when they go for the long flashes and they want to swing, are a little bit weird because oftentimes you just see the CT side player who's supposed to just swing get blinded, and I feel like they're just missing the timings a little bit. That's why he's trying to compensate peak earlier and, you know, gets blinded by it. But in reality, smoking towards long, flash over, mollying towards Banana. This was a very good deny when all of that comes in on the back of the proactive play and towards B short. Of course, this entire event is presented to you by Lorgar. And in case you are ready to play, you can go and get yourselves hooked up with everything you need for a good old game of Counter-Strike or any other game in that matter. Lorgar has it in store. Or online. You get the idea.
Yeah. And Smooya's getting all the ideas going his way. Look, opening kills, good for him. But conversion has been the problem for Bondi regardless. An attack out towards A over here would be met with an AWP, which has a full belt of utility as well. And with the amount of time that's actually left on the clock, Basement Boys can feel quite comfortable keeping these players over here out on B for quite a while. Now, pushing through the smoke would be a play. Not saying it would necessarily be a good one, but we're not going to be sure about that for a bit. So Utah starts sailing out. Trouble knows that this is going to be predominantly a mid-sided push through. It can't back off in time. Really have to question some of the decisions coming through over here from the CT operator.
Yeah, it hasn't really been that solid, has it? I think it's...
No.
It is very telling that this is a map that they don't usually play. There are some things that look a little bit labored, a little bit dusty. bond1e have been doing a very good job taking advantage of it, though. I feel like they've realized that there is some issues with some of these A-bomb side holds, right? And they really are abusing that A-bomb side right now. B is not really working out as much. Obviously, you need to deal with Owner, Krivda, and the double G in most of these rounds, but Trouble has had a couple issues. Owner has been doing an alright job in towards A, in all fairness, but still, it does feel like it's not been really clean. These are some problematic exit kills. Problematic because the T-side economy is not great. So his job well done by Owner. Harmed him a little bit.
Job very well done by Owner, including that first kill coming through over there. But yeah, man, this is where, just to build on what you're talking about, they've definitely been missing rotation timings and some of these dual timings coming through over here on Overpass. It does feel like sometimes maybe there's a little bit more communication than we would normally expect, and especially for operators, that'll disrupt your sense of, hey, where could they be at this point? How can I back off? How long do I have this, that, the other? Streak and just swings through, gets a better of trouble when he's fully scoped in and ready to go. That is, again, one of those positions where we're not getting the best out of the Ukrainian opera.
No, really. A bit alone on an island. No one really fighting for short. No one really supporting him in towards that middle area of the map. Magilla does provide Fake Reality with an opportunity to get right back at it, though. Another fight that will go in favor of the CT side, and Fake Reality doubles up and doubles down. Now this is looking a little bit more like it. No one in position to get that second refrag as well. This is getting tough. And Krivda's pushed connector again. They have 3 people here.
You have to ask yourself about how they're going to be able to move fast. Even that HE grenade coming out from Fake Reality could be incredibly crucial to pop open a smoke, try and divert attention away, anything of the sort. Smokes are now down for the T side, and Fake Reality still in position. He's going to get one for free, and he wants to swing out. Smooya gets taken down by Owner coming in from the side, and Owner finishes them all regardless of that early kill onto the AWP. They're just not able to find any map control off of it. bond1e, one thing you have to say, Ted, across this entire T-side half, they've not really done anything with connector control whenever they've had it. We haven't seen a single rotation between bomb sites. We've not seen any sort of trickery or skullduggery added into the mix, and they're suffering for it.
They got a little bit hard done by the smoke because they did smoke. Look at the way that it spreads right after Fake Reality gets the kill. But for the first 2-3 seconds, he has a gap. The idea is not too bad. If they want to smoke off the right-hand side and just fight long, fight behind dice and isolate the truck. But yeah, things didn't really work. 7-4 now, 3 rounds between them. This is actually quite an important one. If bond1e get 5 rounds on the T side of Overpass, it's a phenomenal job. 5-minute walk through the toilet smoke. I like it. No one's looking. The Oper's just now rotating, but they're very much ahead of the timing. And they've heard him.
Trouble. For Utah Bell will be disposed outwards. He's got a company over here as well. Wants to push forward close into the duels. Magila gets to it because of it. And with Rel's Tech 9 being right in the face of Fake Reality, the CTs have just given up around with it. It felt like they were ready for completely. Nagin and Krivda, the mighty double G, will be able to move back in for a quick fight over here. Rel is waiting in the close range angle, but with the AWP covering off back, he knows he can singularly focus in on the garbage push coming forward, and that singular focus is paying off in spades. Good stuff coming out from bond1e to find 5, but honestly, Ted, this could have very well been a 7-5 going the other way with how many close rounds as bond1e's side wasn't able to close out.
It really has been. Yeah, it really has been a very competitive game. It really could have been even better for the T side, but this is still very, very well done coming out of the T's. I feel like they realized that the basement boys more often than not just play from the back of the bomb sides. The aggression was coming through in the first couple of buy rounds, but then they slowed it down a little bit after we saw a couple double, triple pushes in towards Playground and Fountain. Ever since, they've just been deploying Samito and playing from the back of the bomb side, and this is a very good way to abuse it. Switching up the pace, 5 rounds moving into the CT side. bond1e might be in with an opportunity for something more interesting. Smoke, double flash, Molotov, B-pop. Look at that play out of Magilla, though. They know everything. They've got the entire map.
But bond1e have a flashbang. They also have Magilla coming in from behind, which could be a very good timing over here. Flashbang through. Look at that timing. Couldn't be better. Slows them down, and fakerealityy will not be able to finish off that first duel either. PrelideN helping out, and with now that backstab activating, he won't even be needed. Streak and finishes them off with those last couple of bounces from the dualies. It is 6 on the board for bond1e. All the utility in the world, and it's not going to be helping out the basement boys.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that was quite sick. He got 2 kills with the last 2 bullets and the mag of the dual Berettas. That was pretty crisp. Streaking. Good stuff. I like the fact that we're seeing some fairly evenly distributed firepower output from bond1e as well. Everyone between 5 and 8 kills. No one going absolutely crazy, but no one really slacking. I guess you could say the same for the basement boys, but bond1e now in a much better position. 1 round down against an eco, so probably looking at a leveled up game from here on out. And they are on the CT side of Overpass. If they make this one clean, money's going to be looking good. Smooya and Cole do have an opportunity. They can really run away with this map.
Smooya wants it. He wants it bad, but he's getting it as well. The fakerealityy, quick shot to the head. Good punishment early on, and with Magilla getting closer and closer, this could be scary. He's worried about being overrun, and rightfully so, but with the Eagle still spamming through, PrelideN switches out weapons. A full push coming out from the T side is going to be stopped and paused for a little while longer by the Incendiary, and despite the early kill on the Smooya, it is going to be a nice little collection. Everyone can say nice, Hale and Hardy. And they will take 4 players, and 2 of those M4s forward.
All right. So we hold on to the rifles. Pretty sure it was 3 M4s, no? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 3 M4s in the MP7. They just lost an MP9, which is fine. You've got the rifles. You've got the money. Things are looking good. How do you want to play that first buy round, though? If you are bond1e on the CT side, I feel like at a certain point, maybe you just want to start hitting them hard. See if you can abuse that aggression in towards connector, in towards balloons, in towards middle. See how oppressive you can be against the basement boys. Speaking of it.
Another boost coming out from Smooya.
That's very good. 135. They've already helped the short player get full short control alone. That's Magilla. And they can back off before the T's had the timing to peek from balloons, so they had no clue what was going on. The only issue is the moment that smoke starts fading, Magilla's going to be in a pretty open position, but he decides to stick around.
He's maybe lucky in a situation like this, but he also feels like he has to explore. Pushing forward, back into connector. He's got control over Banana because of that position. PrelideN, careful now. Krivda's going to start to move into the B-bomb site, and you don't have anyone there. PrelideN at some point is going to have to go back to reinforce.
Yeah, that smoke into her short kind of gives it away. So the T's should know there could be a lean in towards that A-bomb site. No one has been looking at Monster. No one is looking at Monster. PrelideN should be thinking about the possibility of a walk at all times.
Genuinely terrifying as a possibility, even. Owner, push forward. You felt like he was going to take that one away, but despite Red losing a lot of life,
heard the steps.
I'll keep 18.
He's heard him.
And into the B-bomb side they go. 20 seconds. Time's low. Bomb hasn't crossed yet. fakerealityy with a quick drive-by will be able to put the bomb down, but with a Molotov rather than Incendiary going closer to the site than not. Troubles the one defending it. Smooya's been caught with a nade out in his hand, and it's going to be just the 2 CTs left, and Rel's HP doesn't feel like he's going to be able to contribute anything to this retake. It's best case scenario to back off over here. Best case scenario is not going to be realized. fakerealityy comes through 3 big kills.
See, this is a little bit upsetting if you're on the CT side, because you feel like you had the entire map. You feel like you had the right idea. You get the kill in towards A, your player in towards short, hears them running out monster. Rotations are coming in, you have so many people in towards the bomb side, but then things start falling apart. You can't win the first fight. Then Smooya's just walking out thinking his teammates got this covered, but he actually takes the left and goes to hug the wall. So yeah. Smooya was just exposed to the timing of the peak. A tough pill to swallow.
And right now, that's an even tougher one. Owner force feeds it to Mikaela, and with that, you're back to a 5 versus 4 in that CT economy that you managed to trickle up just a little bit, put some money in the savings account, get ready to start buying a house. Well, not in this economy, or not.
It depends on where you live. Maybe you want to buy a Lego house, then
they've got an actual $100. You can't even buy a good Lego house in $100.
Actually, you're right, yeah.
Those are expensive, man. They're made in Denmark.
They are, yeah. Have you been there? I have. It's quite fun.
Do you mean to the Lego factory or to Denmark?
Yeah.
I've never been to the Lego factory
in Denmark.
I've never been there. I've always wanted to go, but I've been to Denmark in general. And that's not the Molotov you were looking to throw, but it's okay. All's fair in love and war, and right now, bond1e loves to make war over here on this bomb side. A 5-7 completely cuts off Crib. Now, PrelideN should not be allowed to live, and instead he's going to be allowed to thrive. This is ridiculous. Basement boys, somebody call a timeout. Vital needs to talk to them.
Yeah. Okay, shall we try and explain everything that goes wrong with this BXEC? So, first of all, the Molotov, you probably... Oh, also the Molotov, right? We all know that shouldn't have happened. Then the connector player is actually playing on time. I would argue that maybe he can delay himself a little bit more, right? As his teammates are not really getting contested in towards B. And then Krivda, who's supposed to clear out waters. You know you're up against the low buy. You've not seen anyone dildo. You've not seen anyone playing towards the barrows. Not anyone close monster. Peaks water with an 8 in hand for short. I think
one down. Relish just mowing them. And it is going to be 5 alive for the CTs over here. Ted, this is worst case scenario over here when it comes to the mental side for the basement boys, right? Because now you don't have any preparation on this team. Your coach can't chime in with like, well, guys, listen, man. When it gets to late rounds, they like to stack out towards this side. No, there's none of that. What do you lean back on?
You just lean back on you playing a little bit cleaner, right? I think if you are the basement boys, you don't need to crack the code. You don't need to come up with some kind of a next level otherworldly solution for what bond1e are doing. I think you just need to be a little bit more focused in the protocols that you're making, right? This is in general probably the mindset that a lot of teams would have when they are the favorites going into a matchup. Just focus on our own game is the trivial answer, but there is a lot of truth to that. And they will still get opportunities, but it's not like bond1e have not been putting up a fight. Playing pretty decent Counter-Strike, all in all. Quite cohesive as well, especially for a mix. Been surprised. I won't lie.
And maybe they can continue to surprise you over here. Haven't even needed Smooya's op to necessarily be the starring factor over here. His rifle has been plenty good, and he's always had that in him. He always has.
And now the game also ruined the op, so he's got an even bigger incentive to be playing the AK when he can.
There you go. Thank you, Valve, for giving us more rifles, because that's what everyone wanted.
Hell yeah.
Chala, caught out. Only one bullet connecting with fakerealityy over here as well. You can't even say, oh, he's 1 HP, anything of the sort. No, there's no consolations about this one, but maybe Smooya can pat them on the back with a bullet, and not just one, but two. Bombs on the ground, 25 seconds left on the clock, and now as fakerealityy turns around, Smooya looks to fight back into connector. He's got the aim for it, and he's got the position as well. PrelideN can't overrun fakerealityy, and now they've still managed to make their way onto the bomb site. There's plenty of kits en route. A Molotov shouldn't do much. Smooya is going to drop the bomb once again. Trouble, can he make his way over? It's dropped behind the dice, so it can be planted. Trouble in this 1v2 has been given maybe a longer lease on life than ever should have been allowed, and now has the opportunity to back off. Instead, it's going to be cut away from the bank, and as he peeks back in, Trouble's aim has been shaky for most of the game. Otherwise, his positioning was not bad. Turned that into consecutive 1v1s theoretically. It's just he lost out the first one.
That's a great round coming out of Smooya. This is the difference maker round. Not with the O, but with the AK-47. It gets so damn scrappy towards the end, but you can see the moment of realization. Walks out connector, able to catch the bomb off guard, instantly looking for the short player, repositions down tall, waits for Krivda. I have no idea how they were able to make their way in towards the bomb side, by the way. That kill in towards Banana was a little bit flabbergasting, but still, a massive one out of Big Owen. 2 rounds the difference now. Half-by coming out of the T side. bond1e might really be running away with a map. And a B rush is what Basement Boys have been able to come up with. Or a B pop, actually.
Well, I don't know what the flashes are, but they're going in through the incendiaries, and that's going to work for them. Somehow or the other, Rel blinded up, and not just once, twice, by his own teammates, and now he looks for help. That help never comes. 4 versus 2. The Basement Boys have got a combined HP of underneath 200 between them, and despite bond1e being able to at least rival them when it comes to the HP, just because you've got low HP doesn't mean you don't have 2 players shooting at you at the same time.
I'm loving this game, man. It just doesn't make sense, right? Everyone's winning the rounds that they should be losing without an opportunity. Just when you think that the Basement Boys are starting to fall back, they go for the most standard call ever and it works. Are they going for a late defuse? Well, they might have wanted to.
They've got okay money, but
yeah,
well,
I don't hate it. Smooya's got 10k. I don't hate the attempt. And you knew also that's some good information. I don't hate the play at all, because you know you have a 2v4, but you know your teammates have tagged the 4 players, right? You know some of them are low, so you know they might want to start running away a little bit earlier from the bomb site. It's all right. They still have enough money for a reinvestment. It's not the worst thing ever.
Smooya might not have that money in the next round. He's fully purchased into the AWP over here. CT side is where you expect to see it shine, but he's been looking so very good on the rifles as well that feels like a bit of a waste. Can he make me change my mind? Starts off for the boost early on. Opportunity over here to take down Krivda. Will be able to put it to use. That is excellent. Short control is going to be completely forfeited because Rel then substitutes Krivda's position and will be able to hold on to it. If Smooya can clear out deep long out towards the B monster side,
he's already
on the safe side becomes very easy to defend.
That's a very good rotation. The reason they're trying to take fast control in towards long without losing a lot of veto is because they've seen Smooya in towards short. If they turn the angle, if they get overzealous, they might get caught off guard. Might not be ready for him.
Time aplenty for the T side. But a drop down from trouble that would have surely been heard. Smooya wants to take the fight over here, and Machala nearby, so theoretically always space for a double swing to come through. Machala good for one. Smooya just wins the duel versus trouble. That head-to-head has been ridiculous so far. 19-10 for Smooya, 11-16 for trouble, and Machala, well, he'll give Smooya a chance to make it 20. PrelideN.
This could be so clean. It should be very clean. 25 seconds. You press tap, you look at the money, you start getting dizzy. bond1e up to 11 rounds, and Mr. Mac, he's not running away with this one. Well, with the shutdown for alive money looking great for the CT side. Basement Boys having nothing to work with, and that's been a masterful performance out of Magilla and Smooya. At the end of this round, Magilla's got 5 multi-kill rounds, Smooya's got 6. And Smooya's 4-0 in opening fights. That's the type of impact you want out of your opener.
An opening fight's of course only the first duel. You're not even looking at things like, hey, it's been kind of a lull in action for a while. We're going to have an initiating engagement. Smooya's had plenty of those as well, which to me, I mean, hell, that's just as valuable as an opening frag.
Tactical timeout. Might have been a little bit late for the first one. They've picked up 2 rounds only. Might not be the time to be looking at your Steam friend list.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got other more urgent things on deck.
Yeah, that scoreboard looks pretty urgent to me. 19, 5, and 10 out for Smooya. Drop down plenty of flares, and hope for the best is going to be the name of the game for Basement Boys.
Now, this is a bit tricky. Magilla doesn't have a Molotov, but Smooya's in a very good spot. If Magilla hears the steps and calls for it, this could get... Oh, that's a very well-placed molly. They're not going to go through this. That could have gone wrong there with the timing, but the smoke is actually... might give it away. Smooya should just turn around and hold in towards connector. That's probably what he will do, and Magilla's already pushed in towards T-spawn. If the B players can delay with Yuta, which they have a lot of, Magilla's going to be in a great position.
Whether they use it or not is a separate question, though. They've been caught out with Yuta leaving in their hands at times, but look at the rotations coming in, man. All 5 players for the CT side are going to be ready to choke out anything that the Basement Boys have to offer. Magilla comes through, finds himself the first, and with Smooya picking up kill number 2, this is the CTs that are forcing Basement Boys to just fall apart. This B-side stack has paid off incredibly well, and you're going to see a 12-9 in favor of bond1e at the end of this first map. I don't think any one of us would have expected that.
No, absolutely not. But this is exactly what bond1e needed to do if they wanted to have a chance in the series, right? We were talking about the fact that Basement Boys should be the team out of the 2. Well, they are the team out of the 2. They should be better prepared, but especially after looking at the veto, the fact that the Basement Boys allowed their permaban to stay in, which I still think was just underestimating the situation, underestimating your opponents a little bit probably. bond1e has to punish, and so far they have been. Magilla confirms that final kill. No bomb plant, meaning you're just going to be working with the loss bonus, which unfortunately for you is not even 3,400. You're looking at 29 per player bonus money.
Ever good. And
Very
again,
good
man,
proactive play.
This is where Basement Boys, you contrast it out towards the T side for them, or the CT side for them. Look, they very often had rotations. They very often had people that look like in the right position, and they just lose out on duels. They maybe get overwhelmed. They maybe miss out on timing, something like that. Some of that is showing up over here on T side as well. And that lack of play is going to be coming in. But with Magilla being traded out, Magent is going to be bringing this into a 4 versus 3. Now, Smooya pushing forward over here is going to be a serious consideration that they have to think about, because combine that with Streaken's position, and Smooya should get at least 1 over here. The bomb is also on the ground, which is certainly not going to help. Smooya caught it just in time. Owner doubles back in with fake reality, punching out Streaken's lights. This is suddenly a T side that is looking like they are putting themselves in more trouble than need be. Rel could finish off that kill with an HE grenade. Smokes are out and about.
Man, there was 2 Molotovs, and he just ran through both of them. The eternal flame, it never ended. He's nearly dead, and he just saw one guy that didn't land a bullet on him. Aw. That's romantic.
Cute.
Who's that? That's PrelideN and Magilla, right? Yeah. How sweet.
Every night in my dreams.
Alright, I think it's fine. Yeah.
But only in my dreams, unfortunately. Now, listen, he does have a kid, and he is starting to bring back this T side. So even if he can just get 1 more kill over here, that wouldn't be bad. Magent is going to take the peak and get it done in time to not lose the op. And this T side, it's not insignificant that you're losing these guns. You could end up down on a little bit of utility here or there. I think they might even be losing out on an AK potentially.
Yeah. That was a bit unfortunate. And if you're Smooya, you're probably thinking, why the hell is this guy moving like this? Because I just heard him go down connector. Now he's coming back. His teammate is also making steps. How do I know who's going to peek? Aggression works for the T side. Straight up, let's run through the mid smoke. Ooh, failed monster smoke.
Ooh.
Not on purpose.
The AWP coming up through the short. And attention potentially being divided between Monster and Short. This could be problematic. Streaken loses his life, and a deep incendiary is only going to push them back while Owner comes forward. PrelideN thinks that he spotted out Owner, but Owner's getting a lot of real estate. He's pushing all the way up. He peeks back out, takes away PrelideN, and you've lost out full B-bomb side control. How is this T side bringing it back? Smooya re-peeks back out into Magent, and again, look, say what you want about him, but Mr. Double G has been having a pretty decent game. Bar maybe a few rounds. This is not one of them. 11-12, and this time with A lot of numbers saved.
Yeah, this is a little bit funky. Also, we did get some info in chat that apparently the Basement Boys are calling him MAGA.
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 I feel like sometimes you shouldn't listen to players if that's true.
Yeah.
In the current political climate, I think I will stick to Magent.
Sure.
Who am I kidding? I love me some good MAGA.
I don't really, you know what? I feel like I'm not getting where you're going with this.
MAGA is the political slogan in America.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. This is what you're talking about. No, but when I hear MAGA, I'm just thinking something to do with a magician. You know.
Yeah,
magical.
I guess. Yeah, it sounds very anime.
Yeah.
Like the Magi or whatever that one old anime was called. God, brings you back to the young days. Crypto, he's living out his young days, well, youngish. Yeah, not even needed, man. Rel just peeks out, wins the 1 versus 1, pulls all attention onto himself, and Smoothie is now wondering what he even started off there. Trouble just making sure, hey, Crypto's dead there, right? Right? Yeah, okay, he's gone. Migilla's going to be a little bit unexpected of a hit. They will be able to spot him out, but that also gives Smoothie maybe a little bit of cover. Magilla will be able to keep scoped in. There are 2 AWPs out onto this A-bomb site. One of the best bomb sites to have 2 ops on, and Magilla will show off that secondary as well. bond1e, they pulled out all the stops for this round, and with the double op being prioritized over a rifle for PrelideN, at least it's paid off initially. 5 versus 3.
Man, there's no way they've just called, let's double open A. Screw that. Let the FAMAs, the 5-7 and the M4 play on B, and we're going to win us the round. And it is working.
Don't you love bug stacks playing together in officials? It's the best.
I mean, they have been trying to be fairly logical with a lot of the things that they've done by now, so far. This I like. This is a little bit of pizzazz to it. We're in a great spot, wayward with the shot. Magilla's still here.
They've taken out 1 op, but there's still 1 more to go over there, and Magilla realizes there's more than 1 angles to cover as well. He's dodged out the flames, focuses in on long, the flashbang is good, the timing is not, and owner's spray transfer can't continue, but with Magent picking up 1, it comes back to the farmers, and now maybe you start to wonder, now maybe you start to regret it, but maybe not. Streakin coming in from the side has been a question mark at times when Magent is the answer for Basement Boys. Bringing it back, that was never supposed to be there around a full 3v5 recovery to take them to overtime.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed if you're on the CT side, aren't you? Especially after the double opener. That was a 5 versus 3 because of these opes. It looks so damn good. Yeah, you're going to be a little bit nervous about this one, a little bit frustrated that this is not a round that you end up closing out. There's the first one. Response comes in. A 2v4 towards the end. That's what that is. Owner given an opportunity. Another kill going in favor of the rifle. Streaking. Unable
he was even running out of bullets.
down. Magan has been really stepping it up for the side of the Basement Boys.
In really important rounds, especially, like, sure, he'll maybe have 2 or 3 rounds where he's not able to get anything done, just gets picked off by a Smoothie or a Rel or someone like it, but in critical moments, he's been very good late round. Double op will be maintained from bond1e. That comes with risk. This is a tricky call for the Basement Boys. They've not necessarily had the best of luck out towards a B bomb site unless they're just finding a pick or something like it. Very often it's been aggression from Rel, a boost from Smoothie, but Streakin takes their place instead. Now, Streakin and PrelideN are definitely the 2 players who've been lollygagging a little bit in the fragging department, but overtime is where they want to come alive. PrelideN wishes he had his gun drawn, could have swung out and made it look easy, but with an incendiary down, thinks he has maybe some advantages. Those advantages are forfeit. Owner Trades it out with a Molotov, and they will regain short control. Or will
Reboost
they?
in the middle of the round is cool. That's nice. They even had the flash from Rel.
No.
Nearly getting a double kill, but this is still a very sick play out of bond1e. Owner is a lucky man to be alive, but still doesn't really change the fact that this round feels a bit unwinnable for the T's.
With that re-smoke out towards Monster over here as well. fakerealityy wants to push forward and through it. PrelideN knows that he's nearby. fakerealityy gets the adjustment but can't get the kill. We'll be left with barely any HP. Owner, the same can be said for him, but as PrelideN is going to have his biggest opposition dealt with, it's the one-bullet battle between Owner and PrelideN. bond1e, that 13th round that they've been hungering for, is going to be found quite quickly.
All right. There's the one bullet. It's right through the skull. Nice shot coming out of Owner, but doesn't really have the time. And he will try and get another kill. He's not winning the round, and I think he's now realized it, so... Time to get out of here. Yeah, he doesn't get spammed. If he's lucky, it's an op.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If Smoothie even pulls out like a USB, I mean, he must have obviously not realized that the guy's on 2 HP.
Also, it is a USB going through the wall, you know.
No, I meant on the jump up. If he just scaling it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Surely the USB does 2 damage going through the wall.
On that distance, I'd argue it probably doesn't.
Now 2 damage?
Do a lot.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
maybe if you headshot him. I'm not even sure if it can penetrate that wall. That specific wall.
Well, I know what can penetrate Magilla's skull. Basement boys have not been looking like the team that should be able to clean up their opposition on paper. But, ooh. Again, drops down, resets back over. He's worried about having been spotted or at least heard as well. Full clear from fakerealityy, but over here as Rel is pushing forward back out to long. If he's able to come through and go for a late timing, this could be tricky. Basement boys are regathering back to B though, so Rel's not going to be the largest risk, if any at all.
Yeah, Streaker needs to dump his Util right now. He's all alone. He's got a smoke and a Molotov. You need to do something. Molly Monster, smoke short, delay for the rotations to arrive. They'll try and help him out, but it might be too late.
And Tender comes out. He's going to be able to keep himself alive with the smoke down to his side. But the question is, are they going to start pushing through it? They're certainly thinking about it. Quivda moves in. Dink for dink. And Quivda's is bigger. PrelideN comes through. Recovers one. But there's a lot more where that came from. Especially with the deep smoke down. Allowing Owner to go for the crossover. A boost over here is asking for trouble. But Rel is delivering that trouble through the smoke. Smooya can't trace him. Rel coming in from the side. Inside the smoke. Pushing with barely any HP. Quivda comes in from the side. PrelideN is able to take him down through the smoke while Smooya is boosting on his head. You're back to a 2 versus 2. Magnum's position is overrun. PrelideN is still with the advantage against the Glock, but it will not matter. He didn't have head armor. They've not been purchasing head armor in overtime to save money because of the double offs that they've been going for.
Oh, this is mental. This is absolutely mental. That's probably the most chaotic round you see all day long, folks. Opening kill out of the AWP. Quivda's able to get one back, and then the CT start fighting back. Rel with the kill from short. Trouble trying to keep them in. PrelideN getting the kill through the smoke, winning a fight that he shouldn't have been, and then going down to a Glock headshot out of trouble. And bond1e might be in real trouble now. A second round on the CT side is a must.
It is absolutely vital. And I'm not talking about Basement Boys' coach. Goes back in. Owner is gone. He'll hand deliver that round if he has to. Stricken. Oh, he wants to peek this so badly. He's asking for cover. He's asking for Rel to start moving over. And with Smooya still covering off the A side, it is a 5-on-1. Not a single point of health lost so far for the CTs.
Well, highlight of the event, or just the second round. Fired a shot, no need. Smuya will just get his number for us. A big round out of Smuya to close it out in the first half of OT. 14-13. Doesn't really set you in stone for the win on Overpass, but it does put you in a doable position. There's the replay. Nice little move to get that opening from Banana and then move through the toilet, smoking towards upper toilets. That's why they thought they had the space and the timing to actually walk through the smoke, because they knew where the upper was and they were expecting probably the rifle to be looking at long. Smuya single-handedly winning this one, 26-14.
That'll help.
Let's see. T-side open Overpass is a funny beast. It could work out very well. It could be the most useless thing ever. More often than not, you can find a lot of ways to use it, but it could be difficult.
Sometimes it can be both in all in one round. We've seen Smuya find opening kills and then that late round just fall apart completely as bond1e fails to refrag onto any of the CTs while actually hitting a site. And Smuya's found the most impact on this T side, and right now he looks to find something quite similar. Smoke still got a couple of seconds out on it down in middle. As Magilla starts pushing forward, he decides not to go from the side. Re-peek back over. Owner is spotted. It's a fair fight, and he's happy to take it. Streaking.
Oh.
Lots of flares
He fell
spotted
down.
out.
He didn't want to do that. I mean, he could have gotten the kill on one of them, I think. At least.
That feels
I'm
that
not
way.
sure if he's... I think he just slid off. That's a bit unfortunate, because now they've heard him, and they don't see anything else in towards the A-bomb side basement, boys, so they know it's a B hit coming up.
And the squeeze is coming out of here as well. bond1e barely any time left for them. It's a squeeze that they're all too familiar with, having delivered it themselves. Krivda taken down, early peek from Streak, and it's good, and Maggot is just completely caught off guard. What's going on over here, buddy? That smoke's not been blown apart. The trouble is backing away, and HE to his feet is certainly not going to help. He dodges most of the damage, and Owner back in the fray. It's a 2 versus 2. Owner with 3, looking for 4. Will find it. The ace on the line, and the round there with it. Streakin decides to deny. Streakin. I mean, what in the world is that second kill he gets?
That's such a weird setup. Again, out of the basement, boys. And we've seen that a couple of times in towards the B-bomb side, in regulation as well, but you're both playing the bomb side. One of you staring at Monster, the other one staring at Short. You're very stationary. You know the play is coming your way. The Oper's rotated. The first player dies. If you are the guy on the box, that was Magan in this situation, you just fall down water and you pray for your life. You stay alive and you wait. Your teammates are coming from Short. The Oper is there. Him staying there and just waiting for the short peek is, yeah. It's a bit of a mismatch with how he should have approached it. Oh, God.
Yeah. All on the line over here.
Ooh. Heaven boost. Magilla will be there with the bomb. Drops that one back to Rao. It's a good post-plant position all in all for bond1e. There's a good opportunity to close it out here and now. Krivda on 45. Trouble with the op. They do have 2 full belts of util, but Magilla in towards Heaven will be a massive spanner into the works.
Big HE pack, but Trouble's just looking for a little bit more space. It's all he really wants. Magilla's gone. Krivda from above. No! That's never supposed to be allowed. Krivda moves out. He's just checking the side underneath him, and I mean, Magilla's just got completely off guard over there. Basement boys should not have had a chance in that post-plant situation.
I might have misheard it, but I thought Krivda even made a step right before he got the kill. Magilla was looking in towards CT. Maybe they thought both of them were coming from the same place, and sure, it would have been a good call then. Or he thought he would just get ignored. Krivda just, yeah, he just sees him. He's like, whoa, there's 2 of them here and no one's looking at Heaven.
Even the second kill is so messy. Well, there's a lot of ways to get a highlight round, Ted. That's one of the ways of all time. stuff from fakerealityy. He's hoping to get a little bit of that smoothie action. Less so out towards short, a little bit more out for connector and the play for it as Streakin dodges out any potential spam coming over. Molotov from him. That's not sounding very good, but the Molotov actually gets slowed down. Owners lost so much life. Streakin ends up falling as they will get the call that, hey, he's probably low. We've heard the dinks.
Ready for the double OT, baby. Map 1 of the day. We've got 3 best of 3s on offer, but we don't really give a damn.
Owner?
This one might go forever unless they find their way back in. Owner does get called with his pants down. And now a third player will start rotating back into towards A. The CTs are quite ready, but this is still a 4v4.
Troubles missed some of these. It's good that he finally finds a head-to-head versus Smooya, where a lot of the times he's not even going to be able to get the bullet off in time. Magela caught off from the side. fakerealityy sure takes his sweet time with it, but with that, bond1e will start to relocate back out towards the B bomb side. There's only one player over here, but Krivda takes a good position. He's playing back pillar, will not be expected. Good for the first, and that's all he really needs. Rel can't be pulling this one off, but maybe he's got magic in his veins, not just ice. And indeed, listen, magic might be found, but overtime 2 is where the magic really happens.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary if you're a bond1e, by the way, because you do realize you could have even lost that if it wasn't for that one miraculous round that you win at the start with a very weird setup from the basement boys. But this has been a very exciting opening map of the series. We were really wondering whether Smooya, Magilla, and Co would be able to put up a fight against the basement boys. Well, they've been so close to running away with the map now, but both times they've been unable to get that final round. Owner, the IGL, is actually the only one individually that's provided some level of stability for the side of basement boys. And truthfully, he's a very proactive IGL. He's one that does play a lot of star positions, but eventually you need a little bit of support.
PrelideN asking for trouble.
I think we've got a partnership birthday here on StarLadder, by the way.
Do we?
Maroon. Yeah, I think it's a partner anniversary because a lot of people have put that message in chat. So yeah, happy partner anniversary, everyone.
Woo!
That was very, very cringe, but yeah, happy partner anniversary to StarLadder.
Was my woo cringe or was your happy partner anniversary cringe?
I think both. They just complimented each other in the worst way possible.
Hey, I'll compliment you in the worst way possible anytime, Ted.
Oh God, filthy.
I like your eyebrows, Ted. That's the worst way I can think of complimenting you. Magilla's out and about. He's feeling like a party tonight, but the sun is out and he is going to be put down inside it. Well, flashes galore. It's not the flashes that get him, though. fakerealityy, I will have you know that is a flash assist you do not deserve.
Well,
biggest shoes he's ever seen.
Yeah, clean round. That's the first time anyone's complimented me on my eyebrows ever, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you. You've got fantastic ears.
Dude, you know what? I've actually been told that. Because I've got, like, you know, that little bit of dangling cartilage underneath them that's kind of fun to play with. It's great.
Right. Well, Counter-Strike is what we're here for today, folks. And that and just that.
Yeah.
One round to the good in favor of basement boys. 16-15. CT side start. Can they get that perfect 3-0? That would put them in a very good position for the second half of this. T side has been where both teams have struggled a little bit, but CT, other than some of the lackluster and discombobulated holds out of the basement boys towards the B bomb side, has been pretty solid for them. Good escape route out of Owner. Had no support in towards middle when he knew that they'd lost that part of the map. So, yeah.
This
With
is
T's
very
lingering
slow
around
from
balloons,
bond1e.
he just runs down con. Up A. Triple setup. And as you said, they are taking their time.
And they're not going to find anything. This is a very straightforward call. It's one of those, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's one of those like old school, once upon a time Guardian Navi calls where it's like, hey, eventually he's going to get a kill, right? And look, he shouldn't have that chance. Trouble was in a very good position. Krivda dies though, and that's why now CTs feel pressure. As they start to make a move, they won't have Ed Magala dropping down. A push through over here for the T side. It's fake reality versus Streakin that's really what matters. And Streakin will come out on top. Trouble is going to be caught by Magala, who crouches underneath that truck. Pushes forward. And now it's a 5 versus 2.
2v3.
Turns out Zeus might be a genius, but it doesn't matter if you can't put the bomb down in time. Magan, a smoke down in front to just try and play distraction. It all comes down to Owner, and Owner is not getting down to much at all.
Yeah, repositioning towards long is absolutely huge, though. Reo is not holding for it as of right now. Might get caught off guard. There goes the 2v2.
Owner's found another one over here. Surely you can't lose this one. Smooya picks up the first kill. Knows where the second's coming in from. He's got every advantage in this position. AWP is trained. Doesn't fire out too early the first time over. But Magan is still able to get that through. Incendiary is missed. Magan, he can't believe it, but Smooya's going to end up walking back into the flames. It's still going to be Smooya to get the kill, but Magan from beyond the grave. God, that's just such a sequence of events.
That's insane. This is insane. He had that one last bullet to save them. And of course, it will be Smooya to do it and pull it off. That was a 5 versus 2 in favor of bond1e, and they let this one slip in such a bad way. That was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. It's such a close round, and Smooya misses a couple as well towards the end, but he's the one to save them. Look at that awful position. You missed the first, you try to go back, you're burning, you go for the repeat. 4 HP, 0, you get that kill on the quick scope.
If he waited for just 2...
At least they're having fun.
Listen, that looked like fun to me, to be fair. It's always fun over here, the Lorgar rankings. Remember, you can also be having fun with the Lorgar platform by tracking your performance, meeting your mates, customizing any of the Lorgar devices, all in one statistically enhanced and community-proven platform. That's the Lorgar platform for you guys, where we can all have fun.
Hell yeah. Lorgar rocks.
Fake reality. Yep.
God.
It's okay. It's been a long overpass.
It is really fake reality. That was just an illusion. We were just all stuck there.
Yeah. Dude, Trouble's putting himself in a weird position. His elbow got spotted out initially, but he's still able to get the kill. That is such a big risk to take, and he peeks from it. What? Streakin'. That's taken a ton of damage for his problems.
They don't have any utility on B, which could be an issue, right? They've all rotated. Owner is playing an OP. They decided to pull out the double big green. And Owner is the only one with util, so this is a bit of a funky situation. They're all crossing beside him right now. Does he realize what's going on? It's a pure contact play. They shouldn't be ready for another OP. He might be able to catch one, but he doesn't realize that they've crossed already. Now he will.
He heard that utility being deployed, but it's going to be an incredibly deep position from Streakin already. Smooya misses out on the chance for the PrelideN gets it done regardless. Plays distraction practically, but the bomb is still not down. Magan has room to make a move. A flash would certainly help, but they don't have one. They only have a smoke from Krivda, and he doesn't even have a lineup to land inside the middle of the site. Anything at all would have helped, but now a 1-on-3. And look, bond1e has been messy in a lot of these post plants in these late rounds, but no, not this messy. Krivda, ooh, beautiful shot from PrelideN will put him to bed. bond1e, despite the early man disadvantage that Owner was, rather Trouble was happy to provide, still going to be able to bring it back.
What a game. What a first map. Just to think about it, this is just map 1. We started this one an hour and 20 minutes ago, and this is just map 1. Just let that sink in. And especially if bond1e win that map, I mean, we already talked about the fact that Overpass should be their opportunity. We could be going all the way. This could be a very long series, but bond1e are really not letting go. So you better get ready, basement boys. You're not in for an easy 2-0 as you might have thought at the start of the day. Smooya's come to play. He's 29 kills, but PrelideN, Magilla, and Rel were all helping out. Streakin' as well. Smooya.
No!
Oh! Oh no! Ooh, that timing.
And now he's scared. He's worried about a backstab.
It's the worst
Currently,
case
no.
scenario. They've seen him and he hasn't been able to punish them for getting the info, right? He didn't even take a shot off.
Dude, Mackin's going to be able to waste so much time over here as long as he stays alive. But Magilla, I mean, he gets one. Streakin is the one who brings the scales back in their favor. Fake Reality can't push forward. Smooya is waiting for it. Streakin, these refrags are absurd. He's low though. Crift, this is not a bad play by any stretch of the imagination. Rel's given up that early contact position. If Streakin gets taken down, even if he doesn't, Krivda can walk directly into the bomb site. Does he check that angle again for this late round? Streakin's surely worried about it. Hip spotted, taken down. Rel now comes in from the side, gets himself a nice little cupcake flying over. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Bomb on his back. Thing is, he was so far away that they might think he's running towards that A bomb site. They should not move still.
Play the 2 versus 1. Owner's taking his time, man. He is making him sweat for it. Rel is gone. And with a smoke down, he should know Magilla has himself only an AWP to work with unless he's picked up a rifle. Sure, that's a possibility. No! Magilla expected to come over maybe from Bridge, maybe just later on in the round. It's good patience. It's going to be map point for bond1e once again.
That's a big play out of Magilla. It's a massive step up as well for bond1e to get themselves 2 map points on the CT side. It's been such a hard fought for map. They had so many opportunities to run away with it, so many opportunities to close. And it's 2 more now, and this is probably the best situation they've been in. You have that open the hands of Smooya, you've got a couple of rifles, and again, it's such a team effort. Every single player between 21 kills and 29 kills is very impressive on the side of bond1e. Basement boys on the other side, we already pointed out that Owner has been trying his absolute damnness to carry through. And in all reality, they've been playing well as a team. Trouble maybe having some issues with the ult at times.
Hey, even he's leveled up a little bit in these past few rounds. It feels like he's having impact much more often. Winning some of those head-to-head duels as well. They've tried a few of these boosts so far on the basement boys. It's not necessarily been giving them much to work with.
He's in T-spawn already?
Dude, he's gonna he could be backstabbed regardless. Mackin spots him out. Mackin, get out of there, buddy. You're not winning with ladder and accuracy.
It's like you wanted to make sure. Magilla will be able to walk out of here, which is a price big enough, by the way, because he spotted 2 people. And they know there was no one else anywhere, so the B players should be on high alert. Steps heard. All of that is audible. They know the A players have rotated towards the back of the bomb site. Still lining up for a B take, though. One more Molotov in the hands of Rel. Could be massive. Nice opener out of trouble.
Fake Reality is going in through the incendiary. Rel taken down. PrelideN is confused, and despite that confusion, we'll find one. Smooya has to do it all. No option but to frag. 2 versus 4. Bombs being planted. Smooya is not being challenged. And Magilla, he doesn't have utility to help out. He doesn't have HP to help out. This feels impossible for bond1e. A smoke will miss. And if there was ever going to be a needles gap...
They don't have a lot of money. They need to save. You're not working with any loss bonus here. Not a significant one, that is. And Smooya is the only one that can go for the full-on reinvestment with the armor, with the full belt of utility, and with everything. Streaker would need a drop. It is good if they survive. They would have to cut some parts of the util. Maybe not have the fuse kits, all of them. Now Smooya can drop 2 guns, or at least 1, and you can have a proper investment for the potentially final round of this map. Or is it just the final round of the second overtime? OT number 3 still on the table.
And so how we like our map once to start off. Dude, Trouble's been stepping up a lot actually in these past like 6-7 rounds.
I'll pretend I didn't hear what you just said. I think people are just saying it subconsciously now. Oh no. It is happening.
Oh, T3, Smooya.
Yeah.
He does live over there at the very least. This is a... Look, this isn't a bad place for PrelideN to be. But if he backs off all the way into the A-bomb set, he does leave Smooya on an island. And maybe there's some swimming to be done for the CTs as they're still in a disadvantage, but Rel is giving them a good old freestyle performance. Incendiary forward to isolate away the Ts. They want to back out and reset in from this into this 4v4. But with Smooya finding another one with a push forward in through the toilets, he only has to worry about Owner. Owner's coming in from the side, and Smooya couldn't be more of a free meal. Take that, economists.
It's still a tough round. Low HP on Magan. You do have the smoke for Heaven, the Molotov for Water, or the barrels grouping up for a B play, but are they going for a boost? This is so huge. This is massive so late into the round.
An HE grenade goes in deep as well. Magan will eat it. Oh my goodness. He's having that for breakfast, lunch, and maybe even dinner. But it's night-night right now for the basement boys. As Rel comes in from the side, excitement on his face, and you can see why. Hard fought for bond1e, and that's a big win early on of a head-to-head. Overpass, gotta say, man, even when they were losing a couple of rounds, bond1e generally did look like the better team.
Yeah, it was a very labored.
I have ourselves no whopper on the server. Don't need to spend that money.
Yeah.
I do wish more teams would experiment with that on this level, though. And I know that there's probably a million reasons why that's not a great idea. And also, there's probably just a lot of more prospects who can op on this level than you'd think. But it does feel like with the kind of rifling prospects that we're getting, there's at least some value in saying, you know what, actually, maybe we sacrifice for a more reliable, stable rifler who will probably be able to translate things through into a higher level as well. And then we can figure things out for an opping status if we sort of make that top 50, top 60 mark. Again, speeding things up as Nuke will be getting underway. Streaking inside the hut is realizing I'm not supposed to be here. This is actually going to be a lower bomb site hit. Not just a hit, a full plant that can come through before making any contact whatsoever.
Not going to be an easy retake. They don't have a kit. Just one flash.
And the dualies aren't necessarily always the best at retaking either, so it feels like a whole lot of wasted investment in that situation. And as the CTs start to make their way over, it's gooshes all over the shop and blood all over the floor. PrelideN is spilling some of it, but Trouble and Fake Reality quick to fight back. Fake Reality running out of ammo. Crivden, same for him, but it will not matter. Quick little snap back, turn around, and it's a crackdown. And with two players outside behind Squeaky, they will get the better of Rel as well. Basement boys start things off with a very comfortable T-side pistol.
Yeah, unfortunate to not have a smoke in a kit. As you pointed out, the dual Berettas probably could have been better under different circumstances. Not really the easiest ones to bring out from an all-round ramp retake in towards the B-bomb site. But as we said, this is the map where we shouldn't really have massive expectations out of bond1e, especially considering the fact that they're a bit of a mixed team. So for my money, if they are able to make it a little bit closer, I'll be impressed. Straight up A-pop.
Okay, so the...
Hold on.
Actually, quick kills with 5-7s and Rel still alive. Owner in trouble as...
Mag, as of right now, all alone. McGill is actually hunting him down. I think he's realized where Krivda is. He's just on the chase right now. This is a little bit worse for wear. His teammate is nowhere to be seen. And McGill gets that kill. There's no one to protect the bomb. He turns around. McGill still gets the kill. And it's Magan. A 1 versus 3. No defuse kit once again. They need to stick it. With the 10-second defuse is not even planted for him. He needs to get the kill into the first one, but he won't be able to get close enough in time. Second kill is there, but he's gonna have the defuse. Surely clock tapping away. It doesn't hit the mark. Finally does. He'll get all 3 kills, but doesn't get the defuser in time.
That's not even a worst case scenario over there. The fact that the first 5-7 contact outside of Squeaky only gets 1 kill streak and fully blinded, sure, but with people coming in through that narrow alleyway, could have been multiple. Smooya is there for the refrag as well. Rel, again, everyone's only getting 1 kill apiece, which is kind of what you can expect if spacing is bad. Basement Boys just not putting that first pistol round to use, and it's situations like this which cause you a whole lot of trouble on your T side.
This is how this map could get very interesting. They get a bit overzealous, play some over-aggressive counter-strike, and you let some of the individuals on the CT side get going. Oh, Trouble's missed the vent. They both missed the vent. They were looking for the vent. They couldn't find it. Oh, no. One of them walked into Mini. The other one walked right of the vent. Oh, that's a disaster.
I think there's a conversation to be had over here, Dad, where we... maybe downgrade Basement Boys as well to bug team status. It's going from bad to worse. All 5 alive, and Streakin picks up 2 with the MP9 as well. So money on the floor along with all of those dead bodies, and one of those will be picked up.
That's hilarious. They just couldn't find a vent. Look at it on the replay. Look at that. That's Trouble looking for the vent, and that's Magand looking for the vent.
CTs are going to be able to pull together potentially 2 rounds with at least 4 alive over here. But no, never mind. I'll bite my words. There is going to be some investment coming through, at the very least, from the Basement Boys. It's enough to cause questions and maybe even troubles. HE will not be popping open that smoke. I'm not sure if it was meant to, but all in the meanwhile, it's Smooya who's getting ready to come in from behind. The spam is enough initially. Owner moves in. Owner's not going to be expected. A headshot connects, and Streakin, well, rather Rel, the one under fire. Streakin's actually the one firing back. Rel will get taken down. Owner survives. He's playing cat and mouse, and he doesn't know which of the 2 he is right now. And right now, he's found out he is squeaking away after the afterlife.
Yeah, bomb got dropped down B as well. So as of right now, you don't really have the opportunity to get that planted. Nice go out of trouble. Low HP on the second player. There is somewhat of an opportunity. Smooth is already down the vent. Trouble still hasn't been tagged down. Does he hard clear him? Just gonna pick up the bomb. Walk away. No sound made. Smooth realizes he's on the hunt.
He's not sniffed out the right position necessarily. Trouble could still get that first kill, but Magilla is really the problem man in this situation. He can jump down and go for the knife as well. And look, even if he doesn't go for the knife, the spam's going to be enough. Smooya finds trouble going back into him. 2 players only kept alive for the CTs, but they only lose the MP9s and the MP7s regardless.
It's a good triple kill round out of Smooya. He did hesitate a little bit when he was peeking in towards Mini to try and kill the guy that was running his teammate down on side, right? And that could have cost his teammates life, but all in all, very confident drops down the vent, so to speak, when you know that there's people that could have crossed downstairs. We've seen that twice now, where the MP9s are just jumping and getting kills for the CT, so they are getting left unpunished for some of these aggressive maneuvers, but it's working out. 3-1 up. The guns are out for the T side, though.
Big Vanity's not in the best of positions. He's going to be taken down by Majala, who doesn't even take a single point of damage. Oh, Streakin even manages to come through from behind. This is looking troublesome for the Basement Boys. Man disadvantage and PrelideN to be challenged next. Krivda really was a saving grace in that last map in so many situations. Now it has to fall on Owner instead. Krivda finds a push through. 3 HP is all he's got left, but it's enough to at least be chaotic. That HE will chase him down, and Owner comes in from behind. 2 versus 2. Krivda is responsible for practically both of those kills there. Owner can even reset back in. The issue is Trouble has the bomb, and he's also got an op. There's no way for him to connect with his teammate. PrelideN, it all comes down to him, and he is gone. Smooya is going to be spotted out up next. Tries to come out of the vent. Basement Boys should not have been given that opportunity, but losing track of Trouble, of Owner, and not finding the kill and the double push through from Squeaky.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, right? I mean, they did get the refrag with the HE, but it's more so the fact that they did leave outside. They just didn't know there was a player that had crossed, right? They thought everyone was in towards the right-hand side and towards Secret because they didn't spot the first guy. The second guy was the one to get the kill and he got refragged. So it was a little bit weird, maybe from their perspective, to find out that there was someone in heaven. Still have enough money for another reinvestment. Still a lot of damage dealt to the CT side, or the T side, sorry. Very quick cross down secret. Magilla seems to realize he just swings out and kills Fake Reality, and they seem to know there could be a player down B.
Can owner get off to sneaky business once again? PrelideN position's not bad at all. If they fail the flashbang in this position, PrelideN will have very much the better of them. Smuya happy to take the pain underneath the Molotov. PrelideN crosses over from the smoke. Owner comes in from behind, can't find the second kill. And even if they had suspected a player to be down below, they didn't expect him to be coming back up that fast. PrelideN had nowhere to go, and with the B-bomb site now exposed, Streaken and Magilla try to bring it back before the bomb is planted. Two big kills, and Streaken's not been traded either.
They can't plant. Oh, wait, never mind.
It's already down, so yes, they can.
A bit of sleep. This is still winnable for the T's. Low HP on both Streaken and Magilla. Rel will have to do the majority of the heavy lifting. Oh, Burr needs to hit the shot. Receives a little bit of help. Jumping knife out is Rel. And Magilla needs to get that 1v2. Troubles making noise. And he's able to clutch it up with the Glock in hand. Oh, holy mother of chaos. What was that?
Rel, I've got some questions to ask you, buddy.
Why is he jumping knife out when he's the only full HP player?
That smoke also wasn't that deep. Like, or rather that shallow that it would be blooming outside of Squeaky either. Bondi had every opportunity to make this a 4-2 and have respectable money. Instead, they've been reset, and Basement Boys can now start to make that pathway out to at least a minimum 5 or 6 round half over here, if not more. They're hailing Mary. I don't think Mary is going to be driving a cab right now out in these nuke streets.
Ooh, there is a player on site. Yep.
Well, there was a player inside.
Never mind. Yeah.
Listen, Rel's been having some questionable moments. It's okay. No shot. I love this game, Ted. I just like to let you know that.
It's just great. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's something.
The vibes are fantastic.
It is something. Yeah, vibes. That's where we should be going with this. They have been immaculate. Immaculate vibes.
Indeed.
The most important thing on the server. Most important thing for a successful Counter-Strike team. Immaculate vibes.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why FaCe is doing so well.
Yeah, because the vibes are great.
Exactly.
And that's why Liquid is struggling.
Yeah. Because the lead is always a problem, isn't it? Streaken comes through. Kill on a Fake Reality is good. And maybe there's more where that came from. Streaken, buddy.
Rel.
Get it done. Rel will make up for past errors, I suppose, but errors could still come through. I've seen struggles in 2v5s before from Bondi. Fortunately, it doesn't feel like this is going to be one of those shaky rounds.
Yeah, that's a much better hold. Streaker gets a very important kill. The fact that he has the due diligence to play right in front of the smoke, get that kill, stop the first player going out of door, it just makes it so much more claustrophobic for all the other T's trying to run out of HUD. Makes it so much easier to defend. Rel doing a good job as well, deploying the smoke, buying time, getting a kill. They make sure the Oper doesn't stay alive too, which is going to force the T's into an extra investment. This could still be a respectable CT side for Bondi. If they are to get 7 or 8 rounds, this could still be up for grabs. Obviously, a lot more difficult than Overpass, but hey, you never know.
With some of the things that have happened over here from both teams, you truly never know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just very difficult to predict.
This isn't a terrible setup over here for the CT side if they maintain this double ramp, but the problem is PrelideN's gotten back and away. They're worried about a player down lower. Refresh on the smoke, but there is a world of time for them to wait for if they want to. Pushing out from the smoke at this point is a little bit wild, but PrelideN should be able to get the better of Trouble if Trouble is feeling frisky. Rel is the one who's really playing for distraction, but the double swing while he's fully wide open. Rel even loses his duel as well. PrelideN, good for one more, and Smuya in the meanwhile gets another one, so the CTs can have a conversation about contesting this, but that conversation is going to end. Streaken dies. Even if he doesn't, he's low.
He is low, but they can switch guns. Smuya can carry this round on the rifle if they really want to give it a go. Although I think they're already calling in the save. Especially with the 19 HP, as you pointed out. Yeah, they're backing off. One more kill out of the M4 towards that lower bomb site. One kill out of the ramp player as well. So many things could have changed the outcome of this round. In the end of the day, it's going to be 5 on the T side, making it already a sufficient enough number for them to feel pretty good about it. Not too bad of an idea. Standard outside smokes, especially with how much presence there has been, and into a ramp pop. Also, they had that one player that crossed down B, so it was a bit of a split.
Both players with Rel in their name are struggling, Ted. Is it a coincidence? Yes.
No.
It's also not a coincidence that we've got you some fantastic stuff coming out from the Lorgar guys. Remember, if it's streaming, gaming, or sim racing, you've got one solution, Lorgar, ready to play. Check it out, especially with all of our different partners across Europe, which we'll tell you more about later on in the map. Oh no, Owner! Woo. 13 and 6, and you can see why.
I was just gonna say, Magilla probably just gets the opener. No one's gonna be able to refrag him. It's a good elevated angle. Owner just deletes him. He was very much ready. The Oper is down secret, which is not too bad of an ordeal. Smuya could get one kill, stop them, make them reconsider, and go back into his teammates. Now, hitting that first shot is very vital.
Will not be able to do it. Takes a lot of damage as well for his Trouble. And he misses the jump. Smuya. My poor little Smuya.
Well, this round is over. There was a way. They will try and fight their way out of here. Hold on to some of the guns, but nothing more that they could do about it. It just comes down to a couple of individual fights, right? It's just that the rifle gets bested in towards outside. The Oper dies down secret. Sometimes these rounds will happen. Not a lot you can do about it. You just get out-aimed. That. We'll get one more. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They would have loved to be able to at least hold on to the guns.
Look, sometimes those rounds can happen, but you're down 4 to 5. You need 6 on the board as bare minimum. And I don't think you're getting them now.
I mean, it's a map that you weren't supposed to win on paper to begin with, right? So you're not really losing too much. You can still give it a go. I don't think it should be too discouraging, but I'd say this is things going in the expected direction. Yeah, this is a bit painful. Not a single AK saved up. Not a single rifle.
Argument over here to save for bond1e. And it is an argument they will subscribe to.
This is where they do it. I'm telling you.
I know
they will pick up the how by with the 5.57s. No, it's 4.57s and the Deagle for Smuya.
If they didn't have that Deagle, I would be with you.
Just watch and believe.
I will watch him believe indeed. Basement boys are taking this slow. And whenever you're going too slow versus pistols, you can start to question. Trouble could still be rewarded over here. Magilla has no reason to expose himself, but Impatience will do a lot to a young man. And you could see how grating this wait could be. The T's are yet to cross, the T's are yet to make a move, and there's only 45 seconds left on the clock. Commitment to the A-bomb side is being promised, but I don't know if that promise will actually be heeded. Over here, fakerealityy finds himself the first streak and unable to find a frag, and with Magilla coming in from behind, this could be big. One is a guaranteed, two could come over as well. Smooya now frags out with a deagle. It's all coming together, Ted, but Smooya kills himself, and the drop down. Rel will come through, the blood sacrifice has been made good of, and Trouble's caught with only a Glock in his hands. Bondy. I mean, Ted, this is why you were hired at the major. I'll just let you know.
I'm telling you, man, these are the most important rounds. These are the most difficult rounds to win. 4, 5, 7s in a D. Even when Smooya decides, this is how easy the round was for them. He was just like, YOLO, I'm just gonna give myself up to the Lord. I don't really care about it.
Like, Rel, I know you've been having a bad game. Go ham, baby, go ham.
You know what's the thing with Rel? It's obvious that he has very, very clean mechanics. Is more often than not, I think the decision making is a little bit difficult.
And it's understandable on Nuke,
yeah,
especially.
Exactly. And he's an inexperienced guy, right? This is something that we need to bear in mind. But in terms of pure mechanics, when he knows where they're coming from, he knows where he should be looking at, he's good at taking them down. And that's what bond1e are doing in this round as well. M4 combo, 3v5.
Well, I said they needed 6 minimum, and it feels like they are good at doing just the bare minimum in this situation. 5 alive, best round from bond1e that we've seen in a while. 6-6 at the turn of the half.
All right. Well, have we seen a T-sided nuke today? Not yet, but that might be the one. Can bond1e 2-0 the basement boys on the T side of nuke, out of all places? That would be a first. That would be a pretty decent surprise. I wouldn't say the biggest surprise so far of the event, because we did have ESC lose to Bob Inner Circle Academy and Mixed KS in 2 consecutive days. But this would definitely be up there. It could have been up there. It's done. Or maybe not.
It's still up there.
Or
up
maybe
there.
not.
Maybe not. Magella comes back in. 1 versus 1. It's mag on mag action, and one of them's got 14 kills. The other only with 4. Basement boys, though, they know it's the lower number that comes out on top. Everyone knows. In this game especially.
Yeah, I don't know who wins, actually. I think in a funky way, all of us are winning and all of us are losing at the same time. But that was a very good attempt out of bond1e. That was a 3 versus 5 pistol, a 1v2 attempt at the clutch from Magilla. They still get 4 kills, so I'd want to see them explore the possibility of a forest buy regardless of the lack of a bomb plant. That's exactly what they're doing. Not a lot of util, but a lot of mag 10s. Is that a ramp play? No flashes. This is not an A-pop. This is a ramp pop, if I've ever seen one. Encrypt is alone.
They are running him down over here. He's got a lot to do, but with 2 more players coming over, maybe they can help out as well. Magint, the man of the first pistol round, is being forced back, but Owner's right here, right next to them. He's pushing forward into the Tech 9s. In through the smoke comes PrelideN, who somehow managed to recover his entire game just in this round, but fakerealityy reminds them that he still has a statement to make.
This is such a scrappy game of Counter-Strike. And they came so close, by the way. Every single time the basement boys would get a kill, there would be a refrag coming through. This round was so close. If he doesn't get the second one, that would have been back-to-back 1v1s, but they are coming close on that T side. You don't get a bomb plant again, but you at least want to keep them on their toes. Half by a bunch of smokes, a bunch of Tech 9s. This time you might explore outside a bit more. At least to try and show some presence, but look at Owner.
HE pop through to play distraction. Owner comes in, but he's going to be backstabbed. Owner's even missing the movement. He turns around and just gets the kill. Owner, why are you playing with my feelings so like this?
Yeah. I'm still trying to be Raul's lawyer and defend him at some points, but he really is making it difficult for me.
Honorable judge. My client kind of sucked that round, actually. He's guilty of that one.
Oh gosh. Yeah. This is what happens sometimes, folks. These are the early stages of close qualifiers. This is what we're going through, but this is entertainment at its finest.
You'll have to see it.
Dude. It's like it's happening to me as well. I kind of feel better about myself when I see that happen to other people.
They lose this one. Ono's not in a great position over here at all, and now Trouble's out on an island. You've got one choice and one chance. Swim to shore, buddy. And turns out he knows he might be related to Michael Phelps over here. Trouble keeps on going.
This is terrifying. Going back to get the bomb. Got to be careful about the Oper still sticking around like a hungry shark. That is trouble. But Rao has found a bit of a timing, and the bomb has been successfully recovered. Now, where do you want to go with this? Magent is playing this one like an absolute Chad. Look at him. He's just not moving. If they want to go down B, they can do that. Krivda's already there. If they want to climb up heaven, Magent gets at least one kill on that off angle.
Woo! Keep it funky fresh, boys.
That's like his rap album cover.
Yeah.
One kill, Magent.
Straight out of CT, Magent.
God,
He might be taken down over here before he gets that one kill. They fake out the audio cue. They've got 28 seconds left. Both CTs are split a man apiece, but the T's aren't feeling healthy at all. A bomb plant over here is going to make this a 1 versus 1. Krivda needs to find the skill, will find it. PrelideN, he's had a struggle so far, and that struggle will not end. 10-6, the basement boys, they can let out a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I guess a sigh of relief is one way to explain it. 10 rounds now for the difference. It feels like this one is going to a much more logical conclusion than the previous map. A little bit of craziness towards the start could have made things a bit scrappier, but now we're going towards the third potentially, which, of course, for those of you that are joining us right now, would be an Ancient. And we do have 2 more series, as we were talking about them earlier. We've got Astral taking on Dalu Young, and then Hyperspirit taking on Drama after these games are, or after this game is over. You know what I decided? I've decided that sometimes communicating with the chat is actually important for us.
Okay.
Moon. So I will address what Nosy said. I miss the Budapest Major. I think all of us miss the Budapest Major.
You'd say that. What a controversial opinion,
there was something very cool about this major. I don't really know what exactly it was. It's hard to quantify, hard to describe, but there was something special about that one.
Yeah, something special about this major for Ted in particular.
I think for all of us. For every single person.
Nah, man, if there's one major I miss, God, it's probably Antwerp. That was a killer finals.
Sure.
But to be fair, the rest of the major had some questionable results. I'll give you that.
I do miss Boston a little bit.
No, God. That one side of that bracket was awful, though, to be fair. Everyone forgets that because they remember the Cloud9 run. That was a horrible bracket. With the Quantum Bellet of Fire and everything. HE Grenades down under, and PrelideN is not feeling good. That's a statement regardless of the round, though the HE just doesn't really help. Magent comes out, spots out a hip, and Magent will do what he does best. He takes them all down. Now, that's not been what he does best in Nuke, but hey, man, we won't hold that against him because he's now gotten 3 kills and 5 alive, and bond1e are running out of steam. They have not found a single T round so far. But maybe the ace clutch is what Smoothie can do something with. Almost gets a chance at it. The fake reality will recover.
Yeah, this is looking a lot more like it now for the Basement Boys. This is looking like the Basement Boys that has been the nightmare of a lot of teams at these Draculans and other VRS LAN events. This is looking like the Basement Boys playing a map that they actually play in comparison to their permaban. Who would have figured? But now it's much better. Magan showing us some glimpses of that impact that we talked about on map number 1. Lovely holding towards the A bomb site. Krivda, owner having a good time. Trouble with that big round with double kill on that outside aggression as well, coming alive. All right, what's the plan here, bond1e? Diagonal smokes. Smooya has been very audible in towards the top side of silo. Magilla will try and walk his way down. There's no further steps and no nades to break the smokes. Thing is, there is a player down who's waiting for him, and it is the Opera of Trouble. It should be a free kill. But Magilla might just want to stay. Oh, never mind. He actually jump peeks it. Trouble is able to hit the flick, though.
That's what you wish people would do in horror movies when there is jump scares. Just shoot the clown, man. What do you mean? Trouble will maintain the lower bomb site. And the rest of his team can focus in. Now, Trouble isn't necessarily the player you want to have overhead trying to defend. He will be able to find another kill, though. With Streaker taken down in a 5 versus 3, this round feels impossible. bond1e been suffocated all T side long. And unlike that first half, they're not going to be given any surprise wins. Unless this 3 versus 5 can make me eat my words. Magan is caught in between two mines. He should be a dead man, but even getting one kill before he goes down is more than enough. Rel is back to CT position. Bomb can be planted. Smooya gets one for free. Trouble, my brother, what are you doing there? A 2 versus 2, and the CTs will collect back together. Pop open the smoke, give Smooya a chance for a big old highlight. It's a first T-side round for bond1e, and of course, it's Smooya to give it to them.
What a massive round that is out of bond1e. A legal steal, 3v5. That should have been map over. And it's all in the back of individual fights. Trouble starts it off so well with the open towards Secret. Jump peek doesn't surprise him, doesn't scare him, doesn't catch him off guard. And Smooya brings them back with a 4-piece. All I'm saying, the CTs are playing a half by here. Their money has been reset. Lobby crunch?
No, not the 5-7. Son all over again. This can't be how you lose. bond1e, we're begging you.
Well, never mind. Forget about the 4-piece out of Smooya. This map is over.
Okay, guys, it's ancient.
Yeah. GG, go next. That is the vibe. Sometimes that really is the vibe. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. This was just starting to get exciting, man.
To be fair,
an
bond1e
11-8
also
game.
won like 2 half buys. Or 4 spies in that first half, right? To be fair. That being said, I hate being fair.
Yeah, but they are the underdog as well, so you kind of hate it, right? A-pop coming out. Potentially the final round of you.
Hey, they want to guarantee it. Cake is baked, and all we need is a cherry to put on top. Smooya, you're looking mighty fine. Are you red, round, and ready to be put on top of a slice of gatto? Yes, you are. 30-7, the Basement Boys will be able to take map number 2 in style. And honestly, that second half, it was all them. That first half, it was mostly them.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent map, all in all, out of the Basement Boys. We had that conversation before the start, but obviously Overpass wouldn't be great considering it was their first official on the map with this lineup, right? And
some mildly depressing lighting going on over there while they're fiending out on an ancient map or something. Yeah. Good to see. Good to see healthier habits coming up from younger players as well. Then again, you also got a big old boot camp with LEDs everywhere, which is also kind of fire.
yeah, I think it might be somewhere in Romania as well, because they were there literally yesterday or the day before, right? So it could be a place that they've rented. I am guessing.
Well, Basement Boys are going to be guessing that this might end up being a B-side hit over here with the 3 players coming through, but that guess would not necessarily be right. Early smoke has been deployed by Streaken. Rel is out and about, trying to go all the way into A. And Magent has made quick work of them. Fake Reality is doubled up as well. Magent would really like to find one more, but with only 2 bullets in the magazine, Smooya is going to at least get some consolation. Smooya and Streaken can collect back together, take this 2v2 head on, and that's exactly what they do. Streaken starting things off very nicely.
All right. That's exactly what you're hoping for. A T-side pistol round under the belt. Double kill coming out of Smooya. You get him fired up early on. You could be in a very, very good position. All rifles for the T's straight away. A decent amount of util as well. Full eco, so bond1e will get that instant good start, looking like a mid-A split to begin with. There is a 4-man pushing towards A main going on. This could get messy.
I'm banking on it. Pika comes in and meets your dink of a head. Quivda doubles up. Magilla is playing containment, and you know what? He's played it well. Only one player will be falling. Unlikely for Fake Reality to find another kill over here either. PrelideN, give him the opportunity, and he won't.
Okay. It's time for the game to begin, really. First round. Oh, okay. They actually haven't fully bought into this one. It's a bit of a half buy with the 4 MP9s and the M4 for Fake Reality. I don't mind this, you know. You're getting the bonus of not having your first full investment being too labored. You probably surprised the T's with the speed, or at least that's what you were hoping for. Rel with a magnificent double kill. It's just put both Quivda and Owner to bed. And now they know it's not a full investment. They haven't seen any utility. They've seen 2 MP9s charge at them. That's the element of surprise gone, I guess.
Funnily enough, this used to be something that... God, this is so old, but LDLC with Alex used to call this a lot in their third rounds, especially on maps like Inferno, back when like the UMP was quite overpowered, especially. And it used to give them so many random rounds in like these online games that they used to play. Obviously, this is back when it was a lot less common for every single team to have a coach and an analyst and all of these things who's going to be doing all that extra research, even if you're a salaried organization. So, yeah. We'll be able to get the better of trouble and shall not lose that AK. Of course, remember guys, for the Lorgar Ranking Cups, if you want to check out the domestic partners for Lorgar, Baltic Data is the official partner for Lorgar in Latvia. You can click the banner below the stream and take advantage of an exclusive offer only for you guys at home who are watching this tournament. So go check that one out as well and support the Lorgar lads. Good recovery of that AK, making sure that it can't be picked up.
Yep, they might even get the info out of the hands of Mag. And clear comes in. Big kill out of PrelideN. No rifles held on to after this one. Not that they wouldn't have the money. Obviously, we did break down that entire, you know, investment part. But now that means that one of their players won't have a rifle, which wouldn't have been the case. So they do get a bit of a handicap for their first proper investment, but this is very well done by bond1e.
Good kills. Basement boys are going to have to face down a very fast play. How does Quivda get even one kill over there? Rel's not the one going in with a Mac-10. That would have been ideal. Owner and Trouble have not been blocked off by utility. And as Fake Reality starts to push forward in through the smoke, it's going to be brought back to a 2 versus 3. CTs might have given up what should have been an immutable advantage. But as PrelideN has been left behind, he is the one with the bomb. So CTs are going to be able to commit down to this B bomb side if they really like to. Smooya starts to move back over just to check out their flank. Very worried about a move being made, but the CTs even more so. They will drop down and make audibles.
That's just one player though. And this is very smart from PrelideN. He knows that there was multiple people that were potentially fighting in towards heaven, so he's decided to pause, but they've both left. They've left Trouble all alone, and he's down to 48 HP. If they just walk up the ramp and get a 1v1 fight and get the kill onto Trouble, this round is on.
Trouble's been able to spot them out though. Good jump spot, and by the time that Trouble asks for his teammates to come over, this bomb will already be planted. 2 versus 3 post plant with the smoke for PrelideN as well. Smooya takes out that first peek. He's not expecting the players to be coming in from behind. Now they're unsure about where to deploy that utility. Deep grenade will do nothing. Trouble still very healthy. Smooya hoping to play distraction. Nothing else that he can do. Molotov does go down, but it's all too late. They've already lost out PrelideN as well, as Trouble just spams him away through the smoke. That smoke provides no cover whatsoever.
God, that was a little bit scrappy there in the post plan. They're still able to make it very doable. If that Molotov towards the ramp comes in a little bit earlier, then this gets very hairy. All that utility that they were able to pick up from the ground as well before that. Still getting a bomb plant under the circumstances is not too bad of an ordeal for the T side. You do a little bit of damage. Money still insufficient for the CTs to get that big green out. And we get to see what the basement boys will be trying to do, right? They will try to fight for middle, apparently, early on. Try and establish control. bond1e switching things up with a bit of a B lead here. Might be a straight up pop. This will be quick.
Smooya's being boosted up. They really want to let him be the player to take contact. Flashbang is perfectly timed, though, and Smooya reveals his position. They're low that there's a man on the boost, but Krivda keeps on getting his 1 kill, and Trouble's been set up for success. Owner right there next to him as well. I mean, this is just basement boys coming through with a picture-perfect CT side setup. That overpass can be forgotten if they keep on playing like this.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna let him just pick up the bomb like this. Smoke on top, wishful thinking. Magilla left with a finger in his mouth, trying to, I guess, come up with an explanation to what's happened to all of his teammates. They just get absolutely mowed down. 1 kill would be good enough job. There was an opportunity for the spray transfer. That would have been wild. Probably doesn't get the round, even if he does get the double kill there. And it's a good defense out of the basement boys. Lovely B triple setup. Lack of presence in towards middle, very quickly communicated. You see the first player out in the open. Krivda gets a kill. Refract comes in. Then the cave guy takes contact. This is what the second long player needed.
Ted, why would Magilla be caught with a finger in his mouth? What is that?
A thumb in your mouth, you know?
Oh,
just,
okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a Bulgarian
Just,
expression? I don't know.
No. You're just sucking on your old thumb and you're like,
okay.
What's up? You know, some people do that when they're thinking.
I suppose.
People do wild stuff when they're thinking.
Well, people do wild stuff when they're walking out in the middle as well. They die. That's pretty wild. Speaking of wild, fakerealityy is being introduced to the wilderness himself. Trouble's op is perfectly positioned, but with a missed shot, now he has to worry about long. What? He repeats that with an incendiary. Krivda, what is going on? The one-shot master, apparently, always good for the one. Can he pull through a multi this time over? Doesn't feel like it should be likely, but still will get the second as well. Push through from owner, quickly punished, and bond1e are back to winning ways.
Bomb has been planted.
I have a feeling about this map. I think this will be rather quick. From what we've seen so far, bond1e are trying to pick up the pace a lot on the T side. Basement boys are not shying away from the fights. I think both teams in a certain way have had enough. And they just want to pick up the pace a bit more. Tactical timeout coming out of bond1e. This is interesting. You know, the CT side economy is low. You know, you have a good opportunity to control the game. The interesting part about this is that basement boys get 2 in a row, they lose 1, and they're down to a half buy. And again, they're not forcing the issue with an investment. That has been a reoccurring topic. And I wonder if bond1e will be anticipating this now that it's happened once towards the start. Obviously here, it's a bit more difficult to see it coming. Because you know they had players that survived. You know they could drop over guns if they really wanted to. But they don't want to.
No, they don't. I am curious to see if the Basement Boys do change things up into that next round a little bit more. We haven't really seen them actually match the aggression of bond1e in any significant way.
Boost up for Honor.
Oopsies.
One spotted. Actually does land the headshot onto Streaken, but doesn't get the kill. It's good damage, and that confirms the whereabouts of one of the rifles, if they know how many there is, obviously. I think at this point they might have a bit of a feeling, but look at the Basement Boys rotating a third player.
I mean, it's wild that there's still a commitment being made to this B bomb site when you know that there are at least 2 players in a questionable economic situation. They're waiting for reactions, and those reactions aren't coming. Do you read into this being a stack because of the lack of reactions? That's the question. And as the smokes will dissipate, Molotovs go out, flashes over here as well. Long smoke being filled is big because that M4 is still very much alive and waiting over there. If it starts to peek forward, this could be problematic. It will dodge out. There's the second player who's yet to reveal. Crypto's always been good for one, but it's Owner this time who comes through as the one-man wonder boy, but that wonder boy will not live to be a man.
I like
5 for bond1e.
That was a very good way to deal with the situation. As you pointed out, you know they're in economical hardships. I think the moment that you did see the boosted M4, but there was no replenishes for the mid utility, there was no Uto anywhere on the map, you did realize this was a half-buy. And the decision to just not overcomplicate it, not run back blindly in towards middle and in towards an A bomb side, but just stick to what you know, use the util that you still had, and make sure they didn't have a lot of places to be standing. Even with the failed long smoke, you still had plenty of times to and plenty of ways to deal with it. It was a good approach, but now you're up against the full buy.
Trouble has to do so much over here with the AWP. Cannot afford to miss that first shot, and he's done his job. Flashed up in the second, it will not matter. A stray bullet is all that he needs, and Smooya all alone, 1v4. Krivda blocked off by the smoke, and that's his only real saving grace, but maybe, just maybe, he can get it done. 1v4, pulls out the knife, Smooya! He trips over his own feet. And the Basement Boys find 3.
Oh god, that was so close. That was so terrifying. The tingling sensation, your soul leaving your body the moment that you start realizing we are almost losing this 4v1 to Smooya, and he was full on HP. They didn't tag him down. It's just the fact that he blocks himself in the wall and he runs out of ammo. But these kills are still massive. This is still huge. Money on the CT side is going to be terrible. It should be terrible after this round. They still lost 4 players. Not out of the doldrums just yet. We need another one to dig themselves out of the rabbit hole. We have a bit of a technical timeout going on, so a moment to catch your breath.
God, these guys are permanently flashbanged, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's not a good sight, man. Well, to be fair, neither is that. He doesn't even have CS open underneath in his taskbar.
Well, maybe that's why we need a technical timeout.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Ted, are you a wallpaper enjoyer?
Am I one of the people that spends... Well, I actually can send you a picture that was going to answer your question.
Okay.
I just realized something. This is how boring and old I am at this point. I just do work on my PC.
Ted, you're like 14 years old, dude. Stop saying you're old.
No, just look at what I've sent you just now. I just realized that I didn't even know. If you asked me when I was outside, I wouldn't be able to respond.
For context of the viewers at home, he's got a full black wallpaper.
It's just a black screen with a whole lot of icons and,
Yeah,
and some
he doesn't even
words.
clean up his desktop. That's the worst part. That's what's truly criminal about this photo.
No, I don't. Yeah.
It's just like the worst file organization known to mankind.
No, you know what's the thing? These are because, as you know, I do a lot of content, right? So there's a lot of publications and a lot of screenshots and a lot of that stuff that comes into it. These are the things that are on my desktop. All the documents and everything else is very much in order. But these things that I just use once and I forget to delete just stay here. Yeah, basically that answers your question. I do enjoy a nice desktop. What desktop are you using, Mamoon?
Dude, so I recently switched, and now this is where I'm gonna sound like a technophobe boomer. I recently switched to Windows 11 because I stopped being able to update my FACEIT anti-cheat on Windows 10. So you get an automatically generated wallpaper from Microsoft, which changes like every few hours, and you can just click on an icon and learn more about the photos. So you just get to like see these really beautiful pictures. Like I don't know if you've ever used a Chromecaster, but you know how Chromecast has all of these like really beautiful photos. It's the same thing, but if you click on the icon, then you can actually read more about, hey, where is this? What's going on over here? Is this like
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I think I've seen that. I
it's
know what
pretty
you're
fire
talking about.
actually.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you what I have right now. I have a let's see, what is this? I have a green-headed tanager bird actually right now.
Green-headed tanager.
Tanager is Tanager. Yeah, and it's pretty, man. It's pretty.
It's like a teenager, but just with an A and not the double E.
So nothing like a teenager because it's
I'm not native. I'm not native.
It's also a work of art.
Oh
and
my
everyone
God.
knows teenagers aren't.
This is a beautiful bird.
It's really nice, dude.
Wow, I'm impressed. It almost doesn't look. It looks not real. It looks like it's DJI or AI or whatever.
Yeah. It's like I like having just being showered with random beautiful scenery points and being able to learn more about them. Bondi right now, they thought 5-2 was a pretty beautiful scenic point. Unfortunately, they paused at the wrong time, right after they lost out a 1 versus 4 that they almost won.
Yeah. Good news. We're right back at the game. So yeah, no more delays. But as we said, money on the CT side is almost shattered. So you've got a bunch of SMGs. Magnet actually running down middle through the Molotov, playing up close with the MP9. The T seem to be aware of the possibility. Money's pretty bad for both these teams, so whoever loses this round is going to be in a bit of a tough spot. Gotta be careful. Late mid retake. They've heard the steps, but Streaken has been shut down in towards B in the meantime.
Owner trades back.
Ooh.
And Magan gets himself a little bit of extra on the side. Is this another one of those rounds where I start to wonder if the MP9 is better? And the M4, I think it might be. They're getting much more proactive, but Smuya wants to make up for that last round loss.
This is still doable. Smuya's got that kill. He's lost only 25 HP. He still has an AK, so does PrelideN. And they have a whole bunch of time to work with. It's a similar setup to the one that the Basement Boys were running last time around. Trouble all alone towards the back of square. 2 of his teammates towards the left-hand side. The only difference is that Trouble's got an AWP this time. So the moment that he spots them out, there is a high likelihood that he does get a kill. And also they don't have those 2 Molotovs to keep him at bay, right? And you probably just want to walk in. They are just putting money on the fact that Trouble doesn't get a kill instantaneously.
I mean, it's not a bad pet over here with the way Trouble's moving.
Yeah, he's playing this on timings because they can walk out of cave, they can go up the ramp. Smoke will give it away, but that means they could plant. Never
No,
mind.
they expose themselves out to Owner, and now PrelideN has got no choice but to commit to a plant that might be able to go down, but it's doomed to fail in the immediate post spawn. Trouble's covering off his left, and Owner was pushing on his right.
It's still good that they get the bomb planted. I feel like in some of these rounds, especially when you're stuck in a 2v4 like this, you're locked out, you have no map control, no nothing. Getting the bonus money is good, because now they're not forced to go for the full investment. They can just have a bit of a half buy, and it's not going to be the lightest eco ever, so you can potentially still get a bunch of kills. And even if you don't, you have a full-on buy at 5 apiece. There is a second tactical timeout coming out, though.
Yeah, it's another chance to remind everyone to go check out Lorgar for all of your streaming, gaming, or just sim racing solutions. They've got really cool stuff, by the way. I went on their website, it's fire. And if you want to get like a domestic partner or whatnot, you can click down on the banner below the stream and take advantage of exclusive offers and find out of all the domestic partners of Lorgar in Estonia and Lietuva and Latvia and all the fine places in Europe that sometimes get neglected in the Counter-Strike world.
Did you say Lietuva?
Yes.
Do you mean it's Lithuania?
I don't. Well, it said Lietuva in the call out. I don't actually know. Is that supposed to be? I was googling this right now.
I think it's just Latvia and Lithuania. No.
Okay. Well, apparently.
Yeah, it's because I'm gonna give you some Eastern European culture
Thank you,
now.
man. I really need this.
In Bulgaria, Lithuania, we call Litva, and I think in some other languages, maybe in Ukrainian, maybe in Russian, maybe in some other languages, it's not Lithuania, it's just Lutova or Litva or something like this, you know?
Well, maybe it's going to be a lit round over here. Hey, with the Tech9 pushing down Fake Reality, he's been lit up
Light
and
him up,
troubles
boy.
on and out.
Woo. Oh, he's
Getting Gen Z in here. How are they winning these, man, every time? This is literally they have a 75% win rate on $500 pistols, and Magilla wants to come in for behind the backstab. Maggot knows
Magnet,
it could come
holding,
true,
but
it's not really the right position. Owner is swearing at him, I can tell you that much. Like, they fight back, but there's an AWP picked up, there's an AK on the ground, and PrelideN is somehow still the deadliest player on the server with a Tech9.
That's just unlucky. He's like, oh, you're holding behind, are you? I can tell. I see. And at this point, this is why the bomb plant makes a difference, by the way, Mamoon. A serious conversation. If they didn't get the bomb planted in the previous round, they wouldn't have had the Halby, they wouldn't have had the util, they wouldn't have had the Tech9s and the armors, and they wouldn't have been able to win this round. So their heroics to actually, from a 2v4, make it onto the B bomb side and get the bomb planted in the previous round does come back to help them later on. And now bond1e might actually be looking at 8 rounds even on that T side. Look at the investment out of the basement boys. You win here, they're going to have nothing, zilch, left for the final round of the first half.
But they've got a 5-7.
Failed the roll on Molly. That's unfortunate. Not an easy Molotov.
It's a very annoying one. Still, Trouble is not at the Brolin spot. And they can refresh the Molotov. There you go. Why spend $400 when 800 will do the job? Trouble re-peeking over here is just, I mean, that is ill-advised. Quiver's got the deadliest weapon on the server right now. But an HE will pepper him up. That doesn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Floats above his head and shrapnel will be dodged. Well, spots out Krivda. Starts to back off. They will explore into the A-bomb side. They're very worried about a B stack after having confirmed 2 players there, even if one of them is dead on the ground. Smooya is putting himself in a very risky position, but risk is being taken by Maggot more than anyone else. The grenade will finish him off, and a crossover, but Ona, good position. MP9 boosts it up, doesn't shoot in time for the second one, and Fake Reality misses what should have been a sitter. CTs would have been in this. But a couple of shots that you have to ask questions about.
Hey man, I'm not asking any questions. All I'm saying is Smooya's back in 2026 and he is beating the basement boys. He's going into the winners matchup of the group. He's making it into the play-in. And he's qualifying for Barcelona. Here I said it. Everyone ride on that hype train. Or decide not to be delusional. It's your choice. It's much more fun on this side of it.
Yeah, I'll let you know, being delusional is the best. Just
it is very
objectively.
Good, yeah. Objectively is great.
Let me explain to you about how Carrigan's about to make another major final. In this season.
Okay.
One day I'll have an argument, Ted. Just not today.
That is fine.
I'm sorry, my Latvian prince.
Right?
Magila out and about. And just out, actually. He's not necessarily had the best of times defending middle, but at least PrelideN can feel a bit more successful about himself. Smooth's putting himself in a very bad position, but with the Tech 9 out, it's a great one. He is truly back.
He really is. 15 and 6. He's been a menace all series long. Owner will try and make his way back in towards the A-bomb side, which is not even the correct option right now. The bomb is still just waiting in front of B, waiting for him to make a move. Get that info. Even if he does get the kill onto the AK, it's just a signal. Boom, B's open. Make your way onto the bomb side, get the bomb planted, secure the round. This is going to be an 8-4 T side unless Owner has got something special for all of us.
Smooth just Molotov himself off. This is going to be a 1 versus 1. If he can take the fight now, this is certainly possible. This is consecutive 1v1 streak and can't back off out of the bomb site too easily. He has to commit into it. He's chucking out utility as well, looking for the duel, a flashbang that will help him at least to stay alive for a while longer. Smooya will not be able to get the cross in time. There were possibilities there, but fortunately for bond1e, those are not explored.
An 8-4 first half is a great result for bond1e. Just think about it at the start of the day. You're looking at this group and you're probably thinking, okay, it's Unity and Basement Boys that are the two teams. Which one of bond1e and Qual 4? bond1e will probably win that losers matchup. And then which one is bond1e playing in the decider game? But definitely Basement Boys and Unity make it through, right? Well, guess what? It's not a guarantee anymore. Doesn't feel like one. bond1e in a great position, and this is the Basement Boys being together as well, which is supposed to give you a little bit of a buff. You're playing on the same servers, but you're all together. Communication should be better. Getting in the right space of mind should be a little bit better.
Maybe it's a nerf. Because it's so much easier to look down the line and see that look of hatred on your teammate's face when you lose the 1v1.
But in the same time, this is a conversation that I think is older than time itself. At the same time, some players are not on 100% when they're playing from home, right? There's some distractions. Yeah. Maybe you're not living alone. Maybe you're thinking about some other stuff. When you're at a boot camp or somewhere where your teammates and you're playing a game, you're only thinking about the game. And I think some people is more focused.
I think some people would argue that the problem is sometimes people playing from home are giving their 180% TED. Sometimes they're giving more than they should humanly be able to.
Right. Yeah, no, let's not go down that rabbit
But
hole.
enough about my premier matches back at home in my 3K elo. The only 3K I'll ever get. You know, I actually met someone recently in real life who plays CS as well, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's your elo?" Because I'm just used to everyone being on FACEIT. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm not that high. I'm just like 2,500." I was like, "Yo, that's really good. Why are you being humble about this?" And then I realized he's talking about Premier. Feels strange to meet people who play Counter-Strike for fun and only for fun. Those were the days. Basement Boys aren't having too much fun over here, but they're hoping that the pistol round will be able to turn their fortunes around. Smoke primed and prepped for the A site. It's going to be a commitment out through main. Streakin has got company. PrelideN is nearby. He's relying on the lack of Molotovs in this round. Great flashbang. Streakin's not the one to get a kill, and Magila is. And as Magila and Streakin continue to just get into a bit of a shootout over here, it's a 4 versus 3. CT's all prepared in position, and with Rel covering off the backlines, Owner should not be having an easy time over here. Owner, however, will get the immediate goose shot. Well, stays alive, but it feels like a temporary measure. Smooya kills him just for good measure. That doesn't feel the best. Oh, fake reality drops. Magan turns around to see if he can maybe get one.
69 HP. This is a sign. He's winning this one, Mamoon. I don't believe in karma and signs anymore. Smooya just shut him down. 9 rounds on the board. bond1e moved ever so closer, and we've finally seen a smile on Smooya's face. I feel like for the first two maps, he was very serious. Even when he was destroying them on Overpass, even when he had some good highlights, everyone on the side of bond1e was very much trying to stay level-headed, right? And now we're starting to see some smiles. Now they're starting to have a good time. That pistol round has made them believe again. And believe a lot more. Force bite coming out of the basement, boys. That's interesting. No bomb plant. Only 2 kills. They're throwing the kitchen sink. This is all or nothing. That doesn't work out. You basically lost.
Well, that kitchen sink doesn't feel all that deadly right now. The T side are not able to move into the bomb site just quite yet. They're putting Magin in position to pop through once the Cheetah players are able to do the same. But Magin is all alone, so getting a pop over here is going to be very difficult for him. Krivda covering off his back, but a push through the smoke over here is going to be absolutely necessary. Smoke now goes out. MP9's facing forward. MP7 from Rel is just not doing enough. He's running out of bullets over here as well. Smooya has to save the day, but the day is already gone. They had everything they needed, but they couldn't land their shots. Game is still on. They want to contend.
They have the smokes.
But the boost up is a problem.
On the side.
PrelideN
They
tagged up
spotted
from
the player
behind.
behind. This is tricky. No one's going for the kit and the defuse though, even if you get the kill onto the Deagle. Time is still pressing you a little bit. It is a pressing matter. You need to pick up the kit, get on the bomb. Spam comes in. It's a bit unfortunate in Magilla. I think he's realized that no more time left, no more opportunities. Holding on to the M4 is a prize big enough. And he should be able to do that. Both of them go down to the bomb. Still an interesting way that the events turn. Still an interesting way that this round goes. The one surviving player is from the CT side, so these won't have a lot of money. It's definitely going to be a better investment than the previous, but there's still something to be said about this.
Push down middle, through the Molotov for PrelideN. fakerealityy is very concerned, and the safe side hit is feeling a little bit half-hearted. Magin is the only one left behind. Refresh on the smoke over here. That might give up the Jake for the CTs. This 4-man B aggression that Smooya is hoping to headline with the M4 is going to be now left without a lead singer. Smooya's taken his mic and ran away from the stage. Over to A he goes, or at least to try and check out mid. Mid's covered off by Magilla though, so if Smooya starts making his way over, that wouldn't be bad at all. Smooya though gets distracted by the Molotov, stays out in middle. They've got 3 players for the CTs watching out. Magilla's the one to actually get the kill. Smooya's M4 unable to find anything, but maybe once it's been picked up by Magilla, it can get some impact. Rel's still covering off his back. PrelideN pushes in, and that MP9 that made noise all the time ago has somehow found a way back in this round. Owner is low. There's a crossfire over here. You can't get past it.
This is insane. This is so insane. This game is unpredictable, undeniable. Beyond evaluation or fabrication. It's so unique. You cannot do it again. You couldn't write it down, but bond1e have done it. And look at the finances on the T side. You thought the first force buy was a miracle? Well, let's talk about this one.
I mean, I guess it just goes back to back, I suppose.
2 smokes, 3 flashes, 2 Deagles, and 3 Tech 9s. 2 Tech 9s.
Tech 9s continue to be one of the most deadly weapons in this match, along with the 5.7.
Yeah, as long as you can go somewhere without a singular flash, because this is what you have to do. Both the flashes were utilized in towards middle, so you do have 2 smokes, and that's it. It does scream, we just smoke long, smoke short, go B, hope something happens.
Which, to be fair, for the CT side is very often the right move.
Yeah, the thing is, Magilla's still in towards jungle on middle. Smooya's jump spotting and he's not seeing anything. Eventually, you will have to either rotate back B or the B players will have to start utilizing their smokes.
Rel? I mean, he's just getting a couple of pot shots out for free before utility even comes in. Flashes don't matter. Rel will be able to buff up his stats as well. This is going to be an easy, clean round win, and not just a round. bond1e effectively takes the game with this one.
There's one. Tell you what, you hold on to the M4. This is probably the best thing that could happen in a round like this. You're definitely not doing that now that Smooya is coming in and closing out from behind. Another triple kill out of Smooya. He's counting up to 20 kills and only 8 deaths. And there we are. Before the start of this game, we were wondering whether Smooya could still be the carry of a team like bond1e. Well, there's your answer.
Hey, man, I'll take that answer 100%. There's some good looks out from him in every single map. It doesn't feel like he's missed a beat in any of them. It's easy to forget how much experience Smooya does also have sometimes, right? Because obviously his personality sometimes overshadows his achievements. You know, his personality as a streamer is this, that, the other, but Smooya is a fiend on the server, and Streaken right now will have to make up for his loss after an early death, but Rel and Magilla are there to do the same. 12 on board, and bond1e are doing it.
It's absolutely mental. We were talking about this one being a little bit of a quicker map because of the start from bond1e, but I didn't feel like it was going to be that quick. But yeah, as you pointed out, we're talking about a player that's played a decent amount of big events. We're talking about a player that also has played a major, has reached major quarterfinals with Big. That was at the FACEIT London major in 2018, so he's even played a major at home soil.
Played a Cologne finals, man.
Hell yeah. And now he's dominating the basement, boys.
There you go.
A full circle of life.
This is a tricky position over here. Magilla's put himself behind them. Good for one, but PrelideN will have a lot more than that to deal with. Smoke is going to be fading soon. He turns around as they're pushing through. Still gets a 180 back in. Spots out the shadow. Should know that there's a man coming in from behind. PrelideN gets the better of fakerealityy. bond1e are a kill away from unseating the basement boys and pushing them down into the lower bracket of Group C. And Magent, there's nothing he can do about this. This has not been his map. None of them have been able to stand tall in these positions. 13-5, bond1e are able to come through the upset. Beautifully done, especially after that terrible T-side on Nuke. The fact that they're able to look this confident coming into Ancient, fantastic stuff.
It's a great result. It really is a great result for Magilla, for Smooya, for the others. And it didn't really feel like, I mean, yeah, sure, Smooya might